Right, and welcome to South Oval down here at Curtin University for the grand final rematch between Curtin Wesley and Kingsway Footy Club. My name's Ward Harris, today joined by Mark Winnett for his first appearance for the season. Mark, how are you, mate?
Very well, Ward, and really excited to be here today. What a lovely day for football.
Mate, sensational, isn't it? We've managed to move the cover already, so we're not planning on getting sunburnt. Winnie's already gone the hat as well, which is nice and smart, mate. Look, as I said, your first appearance so far for the year, mate. What's summer brought for you, mate? What's been happening?
Oh, a lot of summer watching a lot of cricket, I think, since last football season. Keeping busy with the family and lots of sport and the like, but look, really excited to get back into some Perth Football League A-grade action this year, and looking forward to jumping in and trying to give it some perspective as the day goes on. And grand final rematch today. Let's hope Kingsway can really front up and put forward a really strong effort.
Oh, look, we hope so. And look, in fairness, it probably hasn't been the start for the Kingsway Footy Club they would have hoped for. As we've mentioned a few times now, they've lost quite a few players out of their premiership side from 2021. But look, they'll definitely be up for a pretty tough challenge against the Curtin side that's end up with some pretty strong recruits and probably some players that you knew pretty well from your East Perth days. Yes,
absolutely. You don't need one of the better sides in the comp getting stronger and bringing in the likes of former East Perth and South Fremantle ruckman Brock Higgins. What an outstanding waffle career Brock had. I've had a little bit to do with him in the early days at East Perth, and we had to let him go to South with the alignment, not giving him any opportunity, and what a career he ended up carving out at waffle level. And then the ultra addition of Blaine Wilson, again, former West Coast listed player, key defender, obviously again had a really strong career at West Coast, East Perth and South Fremantle, and now back in the Perth Football League, and they are two very strong additions to what's already a very strong side. Yeah,
absolutely, and that I guess that added motivation of going down to the grand final last year when they probably were the favourites. We had an opportunity to speak to Craig White this week, had an interview with him on the Between the Posts show, and look, he speaks so well. He's a really organised coach. I've already seen him going past today, getting ready to roll. And look, they are Curtin Uni. They're just a well-oiled machine. And look, our first opportunity to see them live today, but look, you'd expect a pretty good performance from them.
Yeah, you would, and you're right. Craig White is one of the better coaches in the league, really well prepared, and they're a close-knit club. I saw him upstairs in the club room before, and he was getting around the integrated players and showing some real interest in how they went today. That's a sign of a really strong club when your senior coach is sort of taking that interest, and no doubt they've got a bit of fire in the belly from last year and probably a point to prove, and would be looking to hopefully go one step further, and there's no reason why they can't with the experience that they've got out there today. That's what really catches my eye when I look at Curtin Wesley as the experienced lineup through the board. Across all three lines they've got experienced players with big bodies who have played either at this level or higher. That's really important, as you know.
Yeah, definitely right. And look, as Craig mentioned, probably having that genuine ruckman now in Brock coming in, that was probably a position that he'd said they'd probably been a bit undersized or missing throughout their years, but obviously it didn't stop them from ending up on top of the ladder last year and also making it through to a grand final. But look, they'll be ready to go. And you also mentioned about the strength of the club as we see Craig White walk past us now. I think their reserves there have just won by probably close to 20 goals as well, so probably shows a bit of a story of two teams at the moment, or two clubs with Kingsway with those players out and just trying to rebuild their club after a grand final win last year, and Curtin Uni just that really strong base to kind of work and pick from.
It's really important, as you know, especially with COVID around and what we're working through at the moment in society, but also as the year goes on and injuries and things come into vogue, that you've got that depth within your squad, and they certainly have that covered this year. And just looking at Big Brock there, he looks fit, looks in really good shape, and that's pretty ominous. If he's giving that Curtin Wesley midfield first use today, then that means Big Bucket's corner is going to be getting lots of supply, and that's going to be a concern for Kingsway.
Yeah, no problems. I know you had the opportunity to come and call this game with us, or maybe not this exact fixture last year, but got to see Curtin Wesley. Look, who would you say some players for that side that you think could be pretty handy for the Curtin Wesley side?
Obviously Sean Buick, really experienced, again, former South Fremantle wingman. Last time I saw him here, it was this game actually, Ward. I was fortunate to catch last year, and he got leather poisoning. Sean, he would have racked up 30 or 40 out on that wing all afternoon. And Cade Stewart, again, former South Fremantle player. There's a bit of a link forming here with the Bulldogs, and again, really highly talented junior at one stage, was on the cusp of getting drafted, and by memory is a Katanning boy. Very young still, who'll add plenty to this side. And then you got the really experienced players like Lachlan Dennis and Samuel Dennis and Brent Latch, big key defender again, ex-Swan Districts player, and the guys we spoke about before. They've just got a really balanced mix of bigger bodies and experience across all the board.
Yeah, definitely. Look, a really, really strong side and going to be a big challenge for Kingsway. But look, they're not without their good players as well, mate. Obviously they won the flag last year and are missing a few. But look, we still go through that line there, all the players that they've got. Chad Barnes, a really good user of the footy there. Matty Jackson, a good pressure forward that can play midfield. Kyle Halligan, just a superstar player for Subiaco Footy Club and just has absolutely immense talent. The captain there in Rowan Brooks as well. Just as far as players that roll through the engine room in the Perth Footy League, look, he's got a bit of talent, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a lovely kick, Rowan, always has been. So, they want the ball in his hands today so he can use it and get it in. And then you've got the likes of Ben Reid, again, was a really talented key defender, if my memory serves me right, from Subiaco, I think. So, there's some talent there. And Liam O'Connor, again, the cricketer from the Adelaide Strikers, who's played some Colts footy at East Perth early days and is more than handy and slippery as a sort of half forward. Knows where the goals are, and obviously Luke Halligan as well. Brother of Kyle, and got some real talent. So, no one probably thought last year they'd win the grand final on grand final day either, but they did, Ward. So, let's see who turns up today, and what a beautiful day for it. It's going to be hot, so it's going to come down to fitness and who wants to work harder for longer.
Look, absolutely right, as both teams go to their huddles at the moment. And look, we'll just cover some of the other games that are going on around the competition today. We've got CBC against Bassendean. CBC just with the one win so far. Bassendean yet to get a win on the board. Probably the match of the round, I think, is going to be Scarborough versus North Beach across at the Mill. And we'll try and get some live scores throughout the day. TAs against Uni, always a good contest as well. And look, West Coast probably started the A-grade season with a bit of a surprise. 2 wins so far against the North Freo side that haven't had a win yet. But look, we're not far away from the bounce now as the Curtin Uni side start to get into position. Kingsway just having their last address now. Your pick for today, mate. I think I know where you're probably going to lean, but we'll get your pick anyway.
Yeah, look, I think Curtin Wesley will obviously probably be too strong at home today. Really hoping that Kingsway can turn their early form around and be really competitive today. But all things are pointing probably to the favourites on their home deck. I think they'll probably be too good today. Yeah,
look, I agree with you as well, mate. I think I picked Curtin when we did our tips earlier in the week on the Between the Posts show. Look, if you haven't tuned in yet, make sure you do. It's always a bit of fun. Looking for some nominations for Snags and Hanger of the Week as well, so make sure you get them through. We can't watch every single game of footy. We get to watch one live every week and then bits and pieces as well. So send them through. Make sure you get them in, and look, we'll have some extra good content for you. As we come close to the bounce now, umpire in the middle of the ground, getting ready as both teams are set up, and I think we're just waiting for the scoreboard to be reset or something like that, but not far away from the bounce. Thanks for joining us today. Round 4 of the Perth Football League season. Ward Harris and Mark Winnett as the umpire has the ball in the middle of the ground. So the umpire throws it up. You've got Strong and Higgins in the ruck. Higgins wins it beautifully, handballs it up. Chris Leonard with a quick kick inside 50. Good spoil over the top by the player in Chad Barnes. Flicks it back there. Daniel Whitfield, just quick hands. Flicks across to the Kingsway player. Well done by Brock Higgins coming through. Couldn't be quite picked up by Aranda. Ball coming through. Leonard, just another hack kick inside 50. Good hands there by the player in Leighton Taylor. Ball goes inside corner. Can't quite grab it. Does it sit? No, it doesn't. Oh, good there again. Corner. Gets the ball, but out comes the ball now through. Kingsway Footy Club, Eccles loses the ball but able to pick it up again. Kicks it onto his right book, and good mark going back with the flight of the ball by Cage Stewart. So Stewart kicks inside. Good kick in the wave corner. Corner over the top. Can't quite take the mark. Well done by Nylander. Could be a free kick. Not picked up there, but a great tackle by Daniel Whitfield. And the umpire says, give it back to me. All Curtin Uni to start the game though, Mark.
Yeah, it has been. Yeah, a bit scrappy, but as you'd expect early, both sides just trying to find their feet a little bit. Higgins has been influential early.
And ball goes up there, won by Tim Strong. Ball kicked around the body there by the player in Brent Latch. Looks like he started forward today's Latch.
Yeah, he has thrown a bit of a furphy at us. So again, they've got some really good height down there with Latch and then obviously corner. So a couple of big targets to go to, long and strong.
And the umpire's just conferring whether that hit the goalpost out on the full, and I think, what have we done here? Could be a blood rule possibly. So it looks like it is a blood rule. Player coming off the ground there.
I think it's Nylander, is it, for Kingsway here?
Yeah, look, it might be. So their first substitution for the game, or the first interchange, I should say, with Nylander coming off the ground and Luke Halligan into the contest. Tim Strong today looking different with the bleached blonde short hair, looking like $1 million there. As the umpire goes to throw it in, Strong against Latch in the rack. Latch probably knocks it down. Handball back there. Halligan straight into the action. Good clearing kick out and great strong mark there on the far side by Matty Jackson. So Jackson, probably 55 minutes. Oh, spoiled. Well done there by the by the Curtin player. Quick hands there out by Rest Mason. Ball hacked inside 50 corners there. Oh, Latch almost over the top. Can't quite take the mark. Big Brock Higgins almost gang tackled. Umpire might say holding the ball, but he says no, give it back to me.
Just an injury here coming off with Wesley Curtin. Looks like young Aranda holding his wrist as he's coming off. Doesn't look too good. So that's a bit of a concern early for Wesley Curtin.
As Kingsway go to hack the ball out, but marked there by Brad Patterson. So Patto just chips it inside 50. Oh, well done. Good mark out in the lead by Lockie Dennis. Fresh off 6 goals last week, Mark. Yeah,
really good player, Lockie Dennis. Played some football early days down at East Fremantle Juniors, then over to the Perth Football Club, and had a big week last week. And generally pretty safe with his kick. So he's got an opportunity here from probably about 35 metres out. Looks like probably a 45-degree angle. No wind around. Let's see if he can put this one through the middle to open the account today.
So Dennis kicks through the ball when he's picked it beautifully. First on the board for Curtin Uni. We've gone almost 4 minutes now in this first quarter. Goal to Lockie Dennis, and he's kicked on from where he has last week. Great start by Curtin Uni.
Yeah, it has been. I don't think Kingsway have been sort of forward to centre yet, so they have started really strong as we expected, and got their opening goal there inside the first probably 4 minutes of the first quarter.
And look, the inside midfield group there for the Kingsway Footy Club. Looks like we've got Holdman, Ricketts, and I think it could be the play in Rowan Brooks as well. And the big ruckman in Tim Strong. Real challenge for him against Brockingers today. But look, we saw Tim Strong in round 1. Was actually quite impressive. Now let's see if he's up for the challenge today.
He's a big boy, isn't he? He's not giving anything away. I thought he's probably a bit taller than Higgins. So
absolutely right. As the umpire throws it up, is one down, hit by Higgins again. Cade Stewart with probably his second clearance of the game. Higgins just kicks it forward. Ball doesn't quite quick kick right. As the ball gets inside 50 again. Well done by Stewart, just follows up. Lockie Dennis puts his head over the ball, but quick shovel out by the Kingsway Footy Club. And Halligan just goes the long clearing kick to a pack. No one able to quite take the ball there. Well done by the player in Ben Preedy, able to pick up the ball, but set upon by a Kingsway player straight away. And the umpire will come and pick up the ball, probably 70 metres out from the Curtin Uni goal. Umpire throws up again. Higgins just starting to dominate in the ruck nice and early there. And the umpire's found a free kick. And that is going to go to Curtin Wesley there and a player in Tim Stewart. So Tim Stewart just kicks it up and under, inside 50. Oh, Latch out on the lead. Couldn't quite grab the mark. Goes and follows up his own ball. But the umpire says there's been a hold. That'll be a free kick to Kingsway Footy Club. And once again, the left-footed Luke Halligan. So Halligan just kicks it out there. Good kick. Finds Mitch Brooks. Brooks onto his left foot as well. Good kick there. Finds the player in Kieran Harper. Harper, lots of left footers. Another one through the middle of the ground. Finds the big ruckman in Strong.
Can never get enough left footers, Ward.
Absolutely right. Tim Strong, the right footer, can't quite kick it and doesn't hit a target. But picked up by O'Connor. O'Connor just back there. Good handball over the top, but good pressure by Kingsway Footy Club. But well picked up by Curtin Uni. Just trying to clear the ball out there. Good set of hands there. Chris Leonard was one of those. Ball coming out straight through the middle of the ground there. Another left footer just chips it up beautifully. Finds a player in Lockie Dennis. They're running the ball nicely. Rhett Mason kick inside 50. Buckets. Good mark there. 35 metres from goal, and they moved that ball very, very well.
Yeah, they did. I mean, I like the movement of Kingsway. It started with Halligan deep there. He took that risky kick inside, and then Brooks obviously hit another target on their left, and Kingsway were out. Unfortunately, they couldn't capitalise on that, and then Wesley Curtin on the turnover moved the ball really fast, and big buckets in front. As we know, strong hands, really hard to stop.
And we noticed before the game, he's looking pretty fit, is James Corner, isn't he? So we saw him kick a few last year, the leading goal kicker in the A-grade competition. Can he get his first of the game? Hits the left upright post, and that's one behind for Curtin Wesley. They lead this game, though. 1-1 to no score, and we've got about 7 minutes now in this first quarter.
I think it's really important that Kingsway keep taking those kicks on today, keep trying to change the angles, switch the kick, spread this Curtin defence a little bit and see if they can find some gaps in their way through. We know they're really well settled behind the ball, so they're going to have to move the ball and take some risks today to be able to create some opportunities to score.
Yeah, it looks like they got the ball in the right hands there with Chad Barnes. Good ball over the top by Blaine Wilson. And that ball's out of bounds just on the outer side there. So Kingsway Footy Club, couple of patches where they've had the ball so far. The ball movement has been pretty good, but not quite able to make too much distance so far. As the umpire throws it in, we've got Strong and Higgins in the ruck again. Probably that one to Strong this time. A good clear out there by Brooks. So Brooks just hacks it forward. How will it sit? Sits well for the Kingsway player there. Good set of hands there. Finds a player there in Anthony Jeffrey. So Jeffrey just switches it and finds Matty Jackson on the outer side. So Jackson plays on. Good tackle there by Curtin Wesley. And the umpire says that's holding the ball. So Curtin Wesley just go to switch it in. Geez, brave kick there, but absolute pinpoint. As Curtin have the ball there. Player there in Brennan Gillum, always a good footballer and just uses it beautifully. Chips it out of defence there, finds the player, I think, could be Chris Leonard on the outer side. Chips it up, finds Brent Latch. Oh, lots of players in the middle of the ground, nice and open. Leighton Taylor is one of those. Handed the ball off there to Cade Stewart. Kicks inside 50, probably not his best kick. How will it sit? It could go through. Well done by Luke Halligan, just knock it over the line. And geez, he had Lockie Dennis right on his hammer there, and that could have been another one for Curtin Wesley. So Curtin Wesley leading this one 1-2. Kingsway yet to score. And we've gone almost 9 minutes in this first quarter. Ben Chopper Reid just plays on it nicely there. Goes out in the way the big ruckman there. Brock Higgins over the top spoils, but hack kick forward is marked by Blaine Wilson and doing what he does best, taking that mark and just chipping it up beautifully. Good play through the middle of the ground. Mason just hands off another chip kick there and finds that target inside 50 in Leighton Taylor. So Taylor right on the paint of 50, just kicks it long. Player there just over the top and probably could have taken his time there, I reckon, there, Mark.
Yeah, he started really well, Leighton Taylor. He's hitting up at the foot and he seems to be finding a lot of space at sort of that centre half forward and really connecting with his midfield well. But yeah, you're right on that occasion. Just a little bit more composure. Maybe wait for that option to present rather than rushing it on that time.
So the umpire has the ball probably 10 metres around, 15 metres possibly from the Curtin Uni goal. Just a knock over the top by Strong. No one able to get the ball out. Tim Strong on the bottom of that, set upon by two Curtin Uni players. And we'll have another ball up now. So Strong in the ruck. Backup ruckman for Curtin Uni looks like Sankey. Tim Strong just has the ball smothered there. Leighton Taylor, quick handball out. Halligan, though, just chasing it. Lockie Dennis with him as well. Brooks tries to get through. Could have had a free kick, but follows up by a beautiful tackle. And well done by the captain there in Rowan Brooks.
Bit of a luxury here with Curtin Wesley with their tall forwards. Allows Higgins just to drop off behind the ball here and play that spare role behind the ball.
Absolutely right. Could be going his direction there. Good spoil there by Cody Ditchburn. Here we go. Buick, one of his first possessions for the day, and great kick inside 50. And Cade Stewart just shooting his body to his advantage there and marking inside 50. But well done by Harry Sankey as well there for Curtin Uni. Just probably knocking his opponent off the ball there and letting Cade Stewart have that nice uncontested mark.
Yeah, we've already seen a couple of times today. He's got a lovely left foot on him, on the run especially. Let's see how he is from the set shot, Stewart. But you'd expect him to probably go back and kick this from what we've seen early days of his left foot.
So 11 minutes gone now. Cade Stewart, he'll probably kick from about 45 metres. Not too much angle to speak of. Onto his left foot. Stewart comes through. Strikes it nicely. It was starting to fade left, but straight through the middle in the end. That's the second on the board for the Curtin Uni side. First on the board for Cade Stewart. They lead this game 2-14. Kingsway yet to put a score on the board. So good start by the Curtin Uni player. Kingsway not able to get much ball out of the middle at the moment, mate. But I don't know if we've really noticed much of Rowan Brooks probably around the middle of the ground. If he has been, he hasn't been able to get much of that usual influence that we normally see from him.
No, that'd be right. And the likes of Follett and Holborn in there and Brooks, more out on the wing. They need to start getting involved here. They really need their midfield to buy in and at least play on a player. If they're not finding the football, it'll make life a bit harder. But Curtin Wesley just starting to get a bit of a free flow of running of the football here, and they've got some really good ball users, and that could be ominous signs.
And once again, they come out of the middle. Chris Leonard, beautiful clearance, kicks inside 50 there. Well done by the Kingsway player in front, but good front and centre. Kicks around the body there by the Curtin Wesley player. How does it sit? Almost runs into the goalpost. He does. Oh, that's absolutely elite by the play in Sam Sardelik, and Sards puts his first on the board. How's the little what do you call it, dummy there? Yeah, absolutely beautiful.
Really smart forward. I'm sure he's done that a couple of times by the look of that. And again, they just had space to work with inside 50, getting the ball in fast and isolating to one-on-one contests. And obviously didn't take the mark on that occasion, Sardelik, but he was good enough to outpoint his defender with a little shimmy sidestep there, open up the goals and put the third in the line for Curtin Wesley.
Absolutely right. Well done there by Curtin Wesley. Probably 2 in 2 minutes there, and look, that's probably one of the early nominations for the snag of the day, I would have thought. That'll definitely go in the book, and something for might make the between the posts show as the umpire brings the ball back in again. Latch in the ruck. Oh, great tap down there again. Finds Cade Stewart, just kicks it out in front of the way of his teammate there. How will it sit? Does sit pretty well for Mason. Mason just ends up going underneath. Oh, great handball over the top. Found by the play in Rad Malajic. Inside 50, can't quite be taken by the plays there. Eccles was able to spoil. Barnes just knocking the ball out in front of him there. Good set of hands. Finds the player over the top there in Ben Chopper-Reid. Good pressure by the Curtin side. And the ball goes out of bounds on that far side. We'll have another ball in. Lots of pressure by Curtin Wesley nice and early. They want to get this game iced by quarter time, I reckon, Mark.
Yeah, they've certainly come out with a really positive intent, haven't they? And not showing any mercy so far.
As the umpire throws it again. Latch still in the ruck, but good knock down there by Matty Pearce from Kingsway. Dennis in there. No one able to get that ball, and it goes out of bounds again. As we've got about 14 minutes in this first quarter. Curtin Wesley leading this contest. 3 goals, 2-14. Kingsway yet to put a score on the board as the umpire throws the ball up again. Good knock around Curtin Wesley. Well done, Cade Stewart just kicks the ball forward, but straight into the hands of the player, Mitch Brooks, all by himself. He's got a player out here, just chips it up nicely. Players running past. Eccles, normally a good user of the ball. Good kick there as well, straight over the top, and finds a player, number 24 for Kingsway Footy Club. Goes to kick the ball inside 50, probably kicking to a 1-on-2. Oh, can't quite take the mark over the top there. Curtin Uni able to just get the ball there. O'Connor had good pressure there. Oh, the umpire's found a free kick, and that is going to go to the player there in...
Young Jeffrey, I think it is
Anthony
out there.
Jeffrey. So Anthony Jeffrey with the ball. First game that we covered, he kicked the first goal for Kingsway Footy Club. Just chips it up inside 50. How will it sit? Good spoil over the top by the Curtin Uni player. Handball back there by the player in Ben Preedy. Curtin Uni just go to kick the ball out, and well done there by Brad Patterson. Takes a mark. Looks at his options now. Patterson just goes to kick it across the ground. Good mark there by Cody Ditchburn, who just hands off. I think that's Blaine Wilson. So Wilson just chips it across the ground. They make the ground nice and big, don't they, Mark?
Yeah, they do. They use the width and speed by foot, and really spread the ground wide. And just noticed that Kingsway midfielder Jake Follett's just come off the ground with a trainer. Looked a little bit concerned, and Kingsway can't afford to lose one of their starting midfielders at this point of the game. You wouldn't have thought. So we'll keep an eye on that one.
Absolutely right. As Curtin Uni just using the ball nicely well. Not the best kick there. Well done by Lockie Ricketts. Able to half that contest there. Oh, well done by Cade Stewart. Just using his experience there. Finds a player in Aaron Callahan. Great kick by Callahan. And fires Chris Leonard in the middle of the ground. Lots of space on this far side. Finds it out. Coach Ellen from the grandstand. Get it moving. Get it moving. But the boys are just taking their time. They're looking at their options. Chips it up beautifully there. Good lead out by... I think it's Dennis as well. Goes to kick it inside 50. Buckets out there by himself. Good spoil there by Ben Reid. Well done. Goes to follow up their own ball there. Do the Kingsway footy side. Good tackle there by the player in Reece Holborn, and the umpire says give it back to me.
That's going to be a pretty good contest today, I think. Corner and Reid down there. Both similar sizes, strong sort of boys, and look like they've both got good speed off the mark. So, Reid's been pretty good in a couple of one-on-one contests to start with.
And well done there by Latch, able to pick up that ball. Does it sit for Chrissy Leonard? It doesn't quite. Kingsway able to get... Oh, Holborn, well done, putting his head over the footy and gets the free kick. Advantage there to the Kingsway Footy Club. Leads at the footy there. Does the big man in Brady Oliphant, but can't quite take the mark. They've given him the free kick though. Goes and kicks inside 50. Spoil over the top by the Curtin Uni player. Once again, head over the footy there. How does it sit? Oh, well done by Anthony Jeffrey. Able to take the pressure. Takes the free kick. And he'll get a first set shot on goal now for the Kingsway Footy Club.
Yeah, he's been busy in and around the contest, Jeffrey, early. Got a hold on the ball decision before and then went in there then, cracking in hard and earned a free kick for his side. So that sort of endeavour, really important that some of his teammates take a leaf out of that and keep stepping up their pressure around the contest.
So Anthony Jeffrey with the ball now. Almost 18 minutes gone. Probably their first set shot on goal now. Let's see what he can do as he strides into this one. Probably on a 45-degree angle. Distance won't be a problem. It certainly isn't. I don't think the accuracy is either, and that's the first on the board for the Kingsway Footy Club. Anthony Jeffrey kicks the first in round one as well, and a well-needed goal for Kingsway Footy Club. Yeah,
it was, and well done. They've been better in the last 3 or 4 minutes. Just in and around the contest, we said their midfield needed to just break things even a little bit here, and good to see they're on the board.
So as we mentioned now, probably 18 and a half minutes gone now in this first quarter. Been a good start for the Curtin Uni side. They lead this game 3-20. Definitely arrested a bit of advantage back now of the Kingsway Footy Club. Just starting to half some contests, as Mark mentioned. Once the ball's going inside 50 now, it's probably not quite as easy for them to score, and starting to get a bit more around the middle of the ground now as well. As the umpire has it back in the middle. Higgins against Strong. Umpire throws it up. Higgins probably just gets that one again. Well picked up by Rad Malovich. Set up by a couple of Kingsway players. Just ball goes forward there. Handle back there. Across the ground. Does he find Shawnee Buick? Great mark there by Shawnee Buick. Kieran Harper trying to put the pressure on, but good contested mark by Buey. Buey just chips it up. Finds Tim Stewart. So just going into a little bit of slow play at the moment. Tim Stewart goes up the ground. He's got Latch as his target there. Well done by Whitfield, able to knock the ball down. Goes straight into a tackle there as well. Does Halligan. And the umpire says, give it back to me.
They like to leave their forwards with plenty of space to move in, don't they? Down there, Wesley Curtin. Big corner's got plenty of room.
Absolutely. Higgins just too strong. Well done there by Halligan as he tries to go through the contest. Haven't called much of Kyle Halligan so far as Curtin just go to throw the ball forward. And out of bounds there. Chris Leonard not happy the ball didn't quite sit for him, and the umpire will roll around and bring the ball in. Probably throw it in about 55 around from the Curtin ball. And good to see Kyle Halligan now in the middle. They've got Halligan and Brooks as probably the two prime movers there through Kingsway Footy Club. As the umpire throws it up again. Strong versus Higgins. Higgins too strong there. Ball goes forward and well done by James Eccles. Finds himself right place at right time. And he'll just go back a fair way. Goes back and finds the player in Reid. Last line of defence is Chopper Reid. Reid just decides to play on there. Takes one bounce, looks to try and get a bit of distance. Chips it up nicely, but over the top there. How does it sit? It's going to sit out just in front of Liam Fraser. No one's able to quite get it there. Good handball there. It goes to that play in Brad Patterson. Patterson, nice left foot inside 50, but doesn't quite sit there. And well done by the play in Reid again. So Reid just goes out to this far side, finds a play in Kieran Harper. Harper goes to handball over the top. Kyle Halligan, how does it sit for him? Sits nicely. Oh, well done. Good shimmy. Kicks it forward. Not going to quite sit right. Blaine Wilson just puts his body behind the footy. Good kick there. Well done by the player there in Ricketts. Good spoil. And great tackle there by Blaine Wilson. Followed up his own footy beautifully there, Mark.
Yeah, he did. He always plays sort of proactive, and he'll be really, he plays that defensive role positively. Blaine, he'll play in front and try and attack from there. And tell you what, I'm really liking Reid at the moment. He started really well for Kingsway down key back. Won a couple of critical one-on-one contests.
Absolutely right. As Higgin kicks it out and finds Dennis, who then finds Latch. So Bucket's out on the lead. Well done there. And sensational kick by Brent Latch inside 50.
Yeah, it was. There's not much Reed could do then. As we said, they give him plenty of space to work in corner, and this contest has been a good one. I just said he'd won the last couple, but that was lace out. There's not much the defender could do to stop that.
Absolutely precision by Brent Latch, and Bucket's corner. He just had that 2 steps on Reed as he comes in. Going for his first goal of the contest, second one it might be. Sets it up. And that's another behind, actually, for Bucket's corner. I thought he'd already had one on the board, but end up hitting the big post nice and early. 2 behinds for Bucket's corner, but that's 3 behinds now for the Curtin Uni side. They still lead this game 3 goals, 3-21. Kingsway just with a solitary goal on the board. Great kick there. Out of defence by Kingsway Footy Club, and once again that play in Ben Reed. So Reed goes to play on. Just takes on the contest well, trying to get a bit of distance. Oliphant there. Oh, can't quite get to the contest. Stewart, good quick hands. Curtin Uni through the middle of the ground. Once again, inside 50. Dennis goes over the top. How will it sit for Taylor? Taylor almost able to pick it up. Oh, off the ground. And what's the umpire said there? Could be out of bounds on the full. It is. And Kingsway will take the ball there. It looks like it'll go through James Eccles. So James Eccles.
Only about 2 minutes to go here, Ward. So Kingsway will be really looking to get one here, and if they can, that's a big quarter for them, considering probably Curtin Wesley's dominance early in the piece.
Absolutely right. Higgins now with the ball. Nice little left foot. I didn't know he was a left footer. I don't think he is. Back to Buckets again. Kicks it around his body, and there is that player in Ben Chopper Reed. Reed just kicks it out, finds a player there in Liam Fraser. So Fraser, probably not his best kick. How will it sit? Does sit all right for Reece Holdman. Holdman just tries to hack it forward, and it goes out of bounds just on that far side. Plenty of cars out on that far side. Lots of people out here seeing this game out at South Oval. Sensational day for footy. Curtin Uni leading this contest so far. So umpire with the ball. Higgins versus Strong. Higgins once again wins that tap. He's probably had the best of the contest so far. Another clearance there for Cade Stewart as the ball goes inside 50. Free kick there against the player in Brent Latch. Probably was holding him. And it'll be a free kick for Kingsway Footy Club. So time just ticking down now. About a minute left in this contest.
Yeah, looking to switch again here, as I said before, trying to shift that defence of Curtin Wesley and see if they can find a way through.
So Halligan just chips it up. Good lead out there by the player in Kieran Harper. Got a good, quick first few steps does Kieran Harper. Goes to kick it. Good kick into the middle of the ground there. Finds the loose player in Ricketts. So Ricketts goes to switch the ball there. Finds the player in Liam Fraser. Fraser, better kick than last time. How does it sit? Just over the top of Holdman. Will it sit for him? Good handball over the top. The umpire said that one has gone out of bounds, and he'll end up throwing it in. Not much time left now in this first quarter. Curtin Uni still with the lead. So umpire goes to throw it in now. Once again, no ruckman able to take that one out of the contest. Good pressure there by the Kingsway Footy Club. Oh, said dump tackle there. It's going to be a free kick to Curtin Uni. Taking their time to get up at the moment, but I don't think we're going to need to worry about that now. As the siren goes for quarter time here at South Oval. Curtin Uni leading this contest 3 goals, 3-21. Kingsway just the 1 goal so far to start this game. Goal scorers for the Curtin Uni side. Cade Stewart has 1, Lockie Dennis 1, and Sam Sardelik with the snag of the day so far. Kingsway Footy Club, Anthony Jeffrey with their 1 solitary goal. But look, what do you think the story of the first quarter has been so far, Mark?
Yeah, it's an interesting quarter, actually. Curtin Wesley obviously started really well, had a lot of the ascendancy early. Higgins gave his midfielders first use, and they looked really dangerous with an open forward line and the likes of obviously Corner down there and Leighton Taylor, as I said, connecting with his midfielders up high. And then Kingsway were able just to wrest a little bit of the momentum back. A couple of good left footers in their side, the likes of Hooper, and coming out of the back half with Brooks, etc. And they've just got to keep taking risks, I think, with their ball movement. We see what they're trying to do. That kick from Hooper before back inside, but then they've got to go. If they're going to switch, they've got to be able to play on and move the ball quickly. Otherwise, that Curtin Wesley defence will be really well set up with the likes of Wilson and that down there, and they're going to be hard to score against.
Absolutely right. I think we're set up for a pretty good second quarter coming up. Kingsway just able to get a bit of ascendancy back. Don't go anywhere. We'll go for a quick break and we'll see you on the other side of this ad break. And we're back here at South Oval. Start of the second quarter here as both teams go back to our positions. Curtin Uni leading this one, 3 goals, 3 at 21. Kingsway Footy Club, 1 goal, 6. Couple of scores around the grounds so far. West Coast, North Freo, just early in through the first quarter at the moment. West Coast leading that one, 4 goals, 4 at 28 to North Freo. 2 goals, 1 13. And look, as we mentioned, probably the game of the round across at the Mill. Scarborough Footy Club leading that one nice and early in. 2 goals, 4 16. North Beach, 1 goal, 1 7. As the umpire holds the ball aloft, getting ready for this second quarter here as the umpire throws up. Higgins straight in and wins that one there. But the umpire's found a free kick. And that'll go to Kingsway Footy Club there. And, Curtin Uni Football Club and Tim Stewart. So Tim Stewart kicks the ball inside 50. Well done over the top by Whitfield. Able to knock the ball forward there. Well done by the Curtin player in Shawnee Buick. Just trying to push the ball forward. Kick inside 50 there. Oh, good almost mark on the front by corner. Good snap around the body. I think that could be Leighton Taylor. And just across to the right-hand side. Early score on the board from Curtin Uni, Mark.
Yeah, it was, but again, really good closing speed by Reid to get a fist into that contest with corner. But, clearance out of the middle, free kick. Always going to be give Curtin Wesley a chance to score.
So Kingsway just strolling the ball out of defence now. Good chip kick across and finds a player there in Mitch Brooks. So Mitch Brooks deep in his own defence. Looks like he might go back. No, just chips it up. Does the ball carry? Yes, it does just, I reckon. And Lockie Ricketts takes that mark there. Handballs it off. Reid. Oh, well done. Takes a bounce. Goes onto his left foot. Kicks it out on the far side and finds the player. Can't see that far on that side of the ground.
I think it's Rowan Brooks, is it?
Could be Rowan Brooks, and kicks it back inside inside the corridor and finds the player there in Whitfield. Whitfield hands it off, finds Bailey Nylander. Nylander probably not his best kick there, and the ball just trickles out of bounds on that outer side with Reece Holdman with the ball, and the umpire says, I'll have it. Early stages of this second quarter, no extra goal on the board, but just the one behind now for the Curtin side. Umpire getting ready to throw it in. Strong against Higgins there. Strong probably wins that one. Hacked forward by Rowan Brooks. And well done and sits beautifully for the player at the front of the pack. Therefore, Kingsway Footy Club. Just assessing his options there in the middle of the ground. Just chips it up. Well done by the player there in Nylander. Nylander, good mark. Goes to play on quickly. Halligan in his way. Well done. There, spoiled over the top by the Curtin player and followed out of bounds by Sammy Dennis. Well done there by the Curtin Union player.
It's a good opportunity here with a boundary throw in on the 50-metre line for Kingsway to see if they can score from this ward.
So Kingsway Footy Club hoping to try and put a goal on the board nice and early. Higgins probably gets the 1-2 tap there, beautifully done by the player in Cage Stewart. Knocked across to his older brother there in Tim. Tim just knocks the ball forward there. Well done by Leighton Taylor. Picks it up. Great tackle by Bailey Nylander. And that's holding the ball. So Bailey Nylander started the second quarter pretty well so far. Goes on to his left foot. Just a bit of a floater. Brock Higgins all by himself. Ends up chopping that one off. And as you mentioned a bit earlier, just able to kind of sit behind the ball just for that kick. Higgins goes to kick it forward again. Good body there. Oh, great mark. No drop by Tim Stewart. Hands it back there. Chris Leonard. Good tackle. Flows back to Tim Stewart. Stewart goes one way, goes the other. Up and under kick. And great mark there by the player in the middle of the ground is Rhett Mason. Mason, long kick. Goes inside 50. Ball not spoiled. Ball bouncing around. Good. Oh, that could have been a high tackle. And that's going to be a free kick to Brad Patterson. Not much angle to speak of there as well. And Curtin Uni, Mark, they're probably going to put their first goal on the board for this second quarter.
Yeah, they did there. Lachlan Dennis took the advantage, played on and kicked the goal. So it was fast play. Everyone stopped and Lockie Dennis just picked the ball up, kept running, ran to the goal square and kicked a goal. So, they did open the account there. And pretty smart ball movement again. First goal of the quarter. Curtin Wesley and Higgins just starting to really gain some ascendancy in and around the ground. And what I'm liking about him is using his experience. Ward, as I said, he's just sitting in the holes, kick behind the play. And then obviously when Kingsway try and go fast, they look up and you've got the big man Mountain there. Just sitting in front of their key forwards, giving them plenty of cover. Really smart player, and it might pay for Big Strong to go and stand with him.
Yeah, look, I think he's going to have to man him up for sure. But yeah, Brocky Higgins obviously looking like he could be the real difference at the moment. Great knock there though by Strong, picked up by the Kingsway player there. Leonard, just works his way out of it. Handball's over the top, doesn't quite sit for Cade Stewart, but goes back to try and get it again. Leonard with another possession. Flicks it across to Brocky Higgins onto his left boot. Goes inside 50 there, and great mark going back with the fight of the ball was Mitch Brooks. Mitch Brooks decides to try and play on, can't quite, drops it, picks it up again, left foot, and chips it up and finds Kieran Hooper. So Hooper chips again, finds Luke Halligan. Halligan, a good mark going back with the flight of the ball pushed. But the umpire says, get up son, take your kick. Luke Halligan with the ball, another left footer in this Kingsway side.
This is where they need Strong, needs to give him a target.
And picks him out beautifully, but well done there by Brock Higgins. Just knocked to the boundary line there. Ball not quite going out of bounds. Great gang tackle there by Higgins and Rads. And the umpire will pick the ball up just right in front of the coaching box here for the Curtin Uni side.
Yeah, the Kingsway defenders are doing really well. Mitchell Brooks has been really solid so far, as has Reid. They just need to lift through their midfield ward. They really need their mid to start running and working a bit harder, and if they're able to do that, they might be able to work their way back into the contest here.
Absolutely right, as that ball comes out there. Halligan there, though, probably a holding free kick, and that'll be a free kick to the Curtin Uni side. We've noticed with Kingsway so far, when they've been able to grab a couple of clearances, they are starting to look quite dangerous, actually. But once again, it's been these Curtin midfielders, and Cade Stewart, he started this game really strong as he goes to kick the ball down the line at the moment. Kicks to a 2-on-1 though, and the big ruckman there in Strong knocks it out of bounds. I
think it's just the spread is the difference in the two midfields. Curtin Wesley look to be able to spread more from the contest and quicker than the Kingsway mids do at the moment. They seem to want the ball a lot more in tight, winning that contested ball, but they're really struggling for that outside run and carry.
As the umpire goes to throw the ball in again there. Higgins at the front, but Strong over the top. Umpire's found a free kick, and that'll go across to Cade Stewart there, I think. No, it's going to go to Higgins. So Higgins goes and kicks it inside 50. Great lead out on the far side. Doesn't quite sit for that player in Sam Sardelik, and it goes out of bounds just on the outer side there. But once again, Curtin Uni right inside their own 50.
Yeah, really important for Kingsway to defend this boundary throw-in and see if they can work the ball out without a score here. 21 points down at this stage of the second quarter.
As the umpire throws it again. Once again, it's Latch that's taken that chop out in the ruck. Probably beats Strong that time. Nylander just hacks it out on his left foot. Doesn't quite sit there. Picked up there beautifully by the play there. I think that could be Chad Barnes possibly. Might have been Eccles actually that just hacks it out. No, sorry, it was number 24 Kingsway who actually...
Wade Moore we've got here on the team sheet.
Wade Moore, there we go. Kick forward there by Curtin Wesley. Finds Cade Stewart again. He's got a bit of leisure porting so far. Kicks it inside 50. Good spoil over the top by Whitfield. Well done by Nylander again. He's got a lot of footy in this second quarter. Eccles just goes to hack it out there. We'll sit over the top. Does it sit for Fraser? It doesn't. Well done there by Curtin Uni. Ball goes back there. Oh, no one's able to quite pick that ball up. This time it was Anthony Jeffrey back in his own defensive half, and Nylander with another possession. Kicks it to the outer side and finds the captain there in Rowan Brooks. No, he doesn't.
Just carried a little bit more out of bounds, I think, Ward. Hard to see from our position here, but I think Brooks just marked that ball outside the field of play.
Good call there by Mark Winnett as the ball goes inside 50. Ratto, that was, kicking it inside 50. Sits beautifully for the player there in Moore again. Moore goes over the top. Kingsway, not a lot to kick to, just chips it up. And a bit of a slow play there, finds Matty Jackson. Just trying to stay composed there. Wasn't a lot ahead of the footy. As they switches across the middle of the ground, finds Reece Holdman. Holdman chips it up. Captain Rowan Brooks there. So Rowan Brooks, probably only a few players just ahead of the ball, chips it up nicely. And finds Kyle Halligan, a couple of their experienced operators in the middle of the ground.
Certainly need the ball in Halligan's hands a bit more, Ward, at this stage. As we know, his class, but hasn't had enough involvement just yet.
Absolutely right. Goes inside 50 there. Oliphant can't quite pick it up. Handball back there. And once again, Tim Stewart just chips the ball a bit of an up and under here. Latch can't quite get it. Whitfield able to just kind of knock the ball forward. Latch tries to follow up his own ball there. And finally gets one. Able to handball over the top. Does it sit? Yes, it does for the Curtin Uni side. Goes forward there. Eccles can't quite take the mark there. Well done by the player in, I think that's Leonard, that kicks it around the body. How does that sit? And Buckets ends up getting the easiest of goals. It's ended up bouncing on the line. It's done a bit of a right angle, sits into Buckets' hands, and that's his first of the day. And that quick ball movement from Curtin Wesley there gets him that second goal of the quarter.
Yeah, as I said before, it's that spread, speed of foot that they use and move that ball fast, and that creates the opportunities for Buckets to be isolated in the goal square. And it's a handful for any defender. As good as Reed's been today, if you keep giving him enough supply, eventually he's going to hit the scoreboard. And I think it's 1 goal, 2 or 3 for Buckets. He's looked threatening, but obviously on that occasion there, just outpointed his defender and was able to snap that one through easy. And it's the first 2 goals of the quarter to Curtin Wesley. Kingsway need to respond.
Right you are, Mark. 5 goals, 4 now on the board to Curtin Wesley. Kingsway just with the 1 goal so far in this contest. We've gone just over 10 minutes in this second quarter. So once again, Strong and Higgins in the ruck. Sun in both of their eyes though. Higgins able to knock that one down. Once again, Ratto in the middle, but Brooks able to try and get it forward. Ratto jumps over his foot and no one able to get the ball out of that middle of the ground. Umpire says, give it back to me. I'll throw it up again.
So the Kingsway wingers just holding their depth at the contest, whereas the Wesley Curtin wingers going in a bit more to the stoppage.
And ball hacked forward there by Curtin Uni. Doesn't quite sit for the play there in Chad Barnes. Curtin Uni going with the ball again. This time it'll be through Harry Sankey. Sankey goes and kicks inside foot. Oh, great mark out on the lead. I think that could be Leighton Taylor. Great mark there, and he'll be trying to dine out on that one later on, I reckon.
Absolutely. He said he's been good early connecting. Now he gets a chance within range to go back and have a shot for himself. So, those 3 tools they've got down there really starting to pose some threat, and they're all quite mobile for their size too, Ward, which makes them even more dangerous to play up on.
So Leighton Taylor been really good so far in this contest. Try to get a nomination for Hang of the Day. He's going to go through, kicks, set shot on goal. Absolute ripper of a kick, and that's the first goal on the board for Leighton Taylor. 3 on the board now for Curtin Uni in this quarter. 6 on the board for the game, and really a lot of ascendancy so far in this second quarter.
Yeah, it's the likes of Corner, Latch, Leighton Taylor again, the 3 tools. They seem to work really well together. Taylor's that sort of mobile, gets up a bit higher. Then you've obviously got Corner deep, and we know Latch's size as he comes into the ruck now. Latch just off the bench and had a rest and giving Higgins a bit of a breather. But they've got a lot of versatility there, haven't they? Mixed with a couple of dangerous smalls, and obviously no Corey Dallolio today. When I saw him here last time, I think he kicked 6 or 7. So that's pretty ominous when you've got someone like him sitting 5 metres from us having a rest, Ward.
Absolutely right. Coaches the reserves as well, mate. So he's had a big day in the coaching box, mate. Probably needs a bit of a rest, but look, it's good to see just the depth that the footy side's got here as the umpire throws it again and jumped on by the Curtin Uni player. As you mentioned, Latch in the ruck at the moment. Goes up there. Good tap down there by the player for Kingsway Footy Club, but the umpire's found a free kick.
Yeah, Halligan just got one off the ball there from Cage Stewart, it looked like. Nothing malice, but just a little whack off the football.
Oh, well done there as they go to kick the ball forward. Great tackle there by the player in Ricketts. And the umpire comes in and picks it up again. 55, maybe 60 around from the Kingsway goal. They'll be looking to try and get their second on the board of the day. Umpire throws it up again. No one able to quite take that ball there. The 2 backup ruckmen in Matty Pearce and Brett Latch at the moment, just getting there too. Number 1 ruckman, a bit of a chop out. Sore body there in Kyle Halligan getting up from that last contest. Umpire throws it up again. Latch able to knock that one forward, then follows up his own football beautifully. Kicks the ball forward there. Doesn't quite sit for Sardelik. Ball going forward. Good kick there by Curtin Uni. Doesn't quite end up with Chris Lennon. A good mark going back with the flight was James Eccles. So Eccles goes and plays on, finds a player in Hooper. Hooper goes to kick down the line. How does it sit for Anthony Jeffrey? Sits pretty well, just trying to knock the ball forward. Well done there by Anthony Jeffrey. Goes to kick the ball inside 50, but great ball over the top by Aaron Callahan, and that goes out of bounds. Bit better ball movement there from Kingsway Footy Club.
Yeah, it was, and it's the showed in patches they can do that. Just that last kick to Jeffrey, and had to hit him on the full, and they really out. Unfortunately, had to go back and just try and retrieve the ball, and that gave the Curtin Wesley defenders time to get across and cover. But so when they have got the ball and they've used it smartly, they have been able to sort of moved the ball really well, Ward. We just haven't seen enough of it at the moment, unfortunately.
Latch with the knockout there, and he's able to go and find his own ball. Stewart, once again with another possession. That's Cade Stewart. Good body there by Nylander as Eccles attacks the ball nice and hard. Good pace by James Eccles as he comes out of fence. Not his best kick. Does sit all right, though. Kyle Halligan just takes his time. Finds a player in Hooper. Hooper, good left foot kick into the middle. Strong playing forward at the moment. Good spoil over the top by the Curtin player. Oliphant can't quite pick it up, but hacked out by the Curtin player there. Who's at the bottom of that one? Dennis could end up with a free kick there. And he does indeed. So,
Coach Craig White really imploring his players to move and move the ball fast from this situation.
So Dennis just chips it up, finds Stewart there. Stewart just onto his left foot. Good kick there. Oh, great kick. Finds Ratto there just in the middle of the ground. Hands off. Hits that player going past in Cody Ditchburn. Ditchburn goes to kick inside 50, but not quite marked there. Good mark by the Kingsway player. He's got a player out on that far side in Brennan Pearce. How will it sit for him? It doesn't, unfortunately. It goes out of bounds. Wasted opportunity for Kingsway Footy Club.
Yeah, it has been so far. They really need to respond here so far this quarter. They haven't yet troubled the scorer. We've played probably 15 minutes in the second quarter. So their forwards getting up quite high, Kingsway. Obviously trying to close the space for Wesley Curtin.
So Strong back into the ruck there, ends up with knocking it down, but straight to the Curtin player in Tim Stewart. Ball going forward. Lockie Dennis, good tackle there by the Kingsway player. Could have been a free kick though, and yes it is. That'll be a free kick to Lockie Dennis. So Dennis, just a nice, good kick. Player goes to fall over there. I think it was Cade Stewart, but manages to get up. Kicks it out there. Who's it going to go to? Oh, just over the top. Leighton Taylor not able to get it. It's actually Big Brock down deep there. And the ball goes out of bounds. Umpire says throw it in again. Probably 5 metres around from the Curtin Uni goal. So good to see the big ruckman taking a bit of a rest deep forward, not coming off the ground and taking the rest that they used to do, mate.
Yeah, I really like to see that. I think the days are gone really where they come on and off the bench. It's really important. I think your ruckman goes forward, gives you a contest, and why wouldn't you when you've got the likes of Latch and Higgins? Why wouldn't you rest one of them down there forward and park them in front and see what they can do?
Absolutely right, as Buckets takes a bit of a rest at the moment as well.
Higgins has kicked a goal.
Snap around the body by Brocky Higgins, and look, that's his first for the game as well. And straight away we worked out why you put the big ruckman forward, mate.
Yeah, he's quite a mobile ruckman. He always has been, Big Brock, and he's really putting his ascendancy on this game at the moment, and said dangerous for any side when you got the likes of him and Latch forward complementing Bucket's corner and the other big tools they've got down there. They've been really impressive so far today, Curtin Wesley.
Yeah, danger signs for Kingsway Footy Club. Only one shot on goal really, or one score for the game so far. Curtin Wesley 7 goals, 48 at the moment. They lead this contest, and we've got about 17.5 in this second quarter. It's really going to be that midfield group though. They've got to start trying to get a bit more of the footy now for Kingsway Footy Club. The likes of Higgins and Stewart really just controlling it. Chris Leonard as well.
Yeah, they are. And Halligan inside now, experienced player for Kingsway. He needs to really set the tone here and help that midfield group get on top. Yeah,
well done there. Oh, knocked forward there by Holdman. Did take probably a little bit of a dive, but got a bit of a shove as well, and ends up getting the free kick. Let's see what Reece Holdman can do as he ends up with a free kick in the middle of the ground. Just goes to kick it long inside 50. Good kick to a bit of a contest. Oh, unlucky there by the big fella there in Matty Pearce. Can't quite grab the mark. Well done there. Good hands out. Oh, spoiled there by the Curtin Wesley side. Leonard just quick hands out. Finds a player there. Oliphant could be holding the ball, and it is indeed. Great tackle there by Aaron Callahan. I did like the attack by Brady Oliphant, but just wasn't able to quite get that one there. As Callahan just goes to kick the ball across the middle of the ground, switches at beauty. Fleet finds Ben Pretty, so Pretty plays on. Good mark there, and good run and carry by that play there for Curtin Uzi, but not his greatest kick. Finds Halligan, so Halligan there. Barnes almost bounces on the spot, and great kick inside at 50, and probably a turnover they weren't expecting, as he finds the player inside 50 for Kingsway Footy Club, and that is Matty Jackson.
Yeah, well, we've said before, no rocket science here, but really important he goes back and kicks this goal for Kingsway. They really need this one, Ward, and it's probably their first real forward thrust for quite a while, and mark inside 50.
So Matty Jackson with the ball, 35 metres from his own goal, straight in front. Up and under kick. But goes straight through the big six. Second on the board for Kingsway Footy Club. First for the quarter, and as you mentioned, super important kick. And look, they showed when when there is a turnover in the middle of the ground, they've still got the ability to hit that target and get the ball inside 50. The Curtin Uni defence has actually been really good all day, but just happened to find an open player. And Matty Jackson, important goal for Kingsway Footy Club.
Yeah, really important. And I think that the key is there that when they do get the ball turnover, they've got to go fast to Kingsway. It's an unsettle that defence and see if they can score by doing that. But quick injury update: young Nelson Aranda came off early for Curtin Uni Wesley and has his arm in a sling here, so he won't be coming back on today, unfortunately. We wish him all the best. Hopefully, nothing too bad for young Aranda.
Yeah, we can't deal with too many more injuries, I think, Kingsway Footy Club at the moment. They've copped a couple. We had Braden Furmark that went down in round one with that jaw. And look, hopefully we see him back sometime throughout the season.
Really smart player, Furmark, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely right. As Timmy Stewart finds himself with a free kick in the middle of the ground. Goes to kicking inside 50. Good mark out on the lead. No, it was dropped over the top there by Cade Stewart. Ball a flick backwards there. Kingsway just going back. Lots of pressure. Tough one there for Curtin Wesley. Snapped around the body and just out to the right-hand side. Could have been another one on the board for Curtin Wesley, but another behind, and they now have 7 goals, 5. That's 47, 2 goals straight to Kingsway Footy Club, and we've gone almost 21 minutes in this second quarter. As Kingsway go to clear the ball out. Almost marked there by Follets, but knocked over the top. Could have been a free kick. Umpire says it was. Could have been a Kingsway Footy Club, actually, but no, he's paid that one to Curtin Uni, and that's going to be a free kick to the player there in Caden Stewart. Craig White yelling out to his player to lead to him. But Stewart just taking his time and assessing his options. So Stewart just goes up and under. Good kick inside 50. He's got Latch over the top there. Spoiled out there by the Kingsway player. Good hands back. Finds the play there in Brennan Gillam. Gillam just around the corner. Going to be just out to the right-hand side. I think we could have a free kick up the ground here. I think it was free kick.
Was it after he kicked it, was it? Must have been.
Yeah, it must be there. And it's going to go back to Brennan Gillam. He's going to get another roll of the dice. Just a good kick inside 50 and finds a player all by himself in Lockie Dennis. So Dennis, bit of a tighter angle this one. He's kicked 2 for the day so far, and look, you'd have to back him in from here as well, I would have thought, Mark.
Yeah, and look, really smart spotting by Gillam, the defender. Often when they get a chance, they have eyes for the goals wall, but he just lowered his eyes and saw Dennis there and took the option to hit him up all in space.
So Dennis starts to stroll in now. He's kicked 2 for the game so far. Can he put through his third? Goal umpire says no, he hasn't. Taps his right shoulder, and that's another behind on the board for Curtin Uni. 22.5 minutes gone now in this second quarter, but it's all Curtin Uni. As Kingsway go to bring the ball in again. Good kick in and finds Wade Moore. Just with the ball 70 metres out around from his own goal now. Kingsway players just trying to work for him at the moment. It goes up the ground. Matty Pearce over the top. Can't quite take the mark. Sits there. Chris Leonard. Leonard goes to kick it inside 50. Kicks to a 2-on-1. How does it sit for the player inside 50? Good tap by the Kingsway player. But Lockie Dennis, does he get another shot of it? Just chips it up nicely. Ball goes over the top there. Eccles, good body. And the ball's going to sit there and go out of bounds.
Yeah, it was a really good contest by Reid again, wasn't it? Read the play really well and left his player, backed himself in and was able to create the spoil. Really desperate stuff from the Kingsway defence.
So Kingsway under siege at the moment. Curtin trying to get another one on the board before we hit half-time. They've racked up 7 so far, looking for the 8th as the umpire throws it in again. Latch versus Strong in the ruck. Good rove there by Dennis. Does it go through for goal? Umpire was almost going to pull a sign, but no, it sits there. Nylander with the ball, and that'll be a free kick to Bailey Nylander. Just around from his goal, about 30 metres around. Kingsway just trying to stop another goal going through. Not the best kick there by Nylander as it's spoiled there and picked up by Reece Holman. Curtin Uni jumping across. Does it come out there? Umpire's just letting it play. He's going to have to bring it in now, I think. Yes, he does.
Inside the final minute down here at South Oval, so Ball deep inside Curtin Wesley's forward half.
So the umpire throws it up strong, and player there in Leighton Taylor. What's the umpire found here? Oh, it is going to be a free kick to Curtin Uni. They'll have another set shot on goal. And it looks like it could be...
Well, there was two boundary umpires out there then. It was the Curtin Wesley runner pretending to be the boundary umpire on that occasion. He made the right decision too.
Absolutely right, as Leonard goes a shot on goal, goes across the face, and just through for another behind there. And that is half-time out here at South Oval. Good first half by the Curtin Wesley side. They lead this contest. 7 goals, 7-49. Kingsway Footy Club, 2 goals straight. Goal scorers for each side so far. Kate Stewart's kicked 1 for the Curtin Uni side. Sam Sardelik has kicked 1. Leighton Taylor's kicked 1. Higgins and Corner have kicked 1. And the only multiple goal kicker so far for Curtin Uni has been Lockie Dennis. Single goal kickers so far for Anthony Jeffrey and Matty Jackson for the Kingsway Footy Club. But look, really, it's all been Curtin Uni so far in this first half, Mark.
Yeah, it has, and I'd say, probably testament to that is I think some of Kingsway's better players so far probably from their defensive group. As I said, the likes of Reid and Mitchell Brooks and Eccles across half-backs tried to give them some real good rebound at times, but they've spent most of that half under siege as the ball kept coming in, and 14 scoring shots to 2 tells the story of what the half was. Let's hope in the second half Kingsway can regroup and come out with a really strong third quarter and see if they can bridge this gap a little bit. Otherwise, it could be a long second half for the Kingsway side. It
could be, mate. And look, if you had the coaching hat at the moment and you're Craig Dalton, what do you think the message for Kingsway Footy Club is going to be at the moment?
Oh, look, they just need to get more contributors, and I think, as we said before, their midfield's been soundly beaten to date, and when they've got the ball a couple of times, they've looked like they've got some speed and some guys with left foot who can carve the way through the traffic, but just not enough, and their defenders will be crying out for some more support, either their mids getting back and helping, or winning, or at least breaking even with those contests, and giving their forwards an opportunity, because they've been starved of opportunity, really, and when you've got the likes of Cole Halligan down there, not getting enough supply, I think he needs to come up into the midfield and see if he can get them back into the game. And their quality players need to play around the ball now, I would have thought, and see if they can get back in the game, because clearly he's probably wasted in forward half at the moment.
Yeah, I agree with you. Look, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. Don't go anywhere. Third quarter coming here from South Oval. But Curtin Uni leading this game quite comfortably at the moment. 7 goals, 7-49. Kingsway Footy Club, 2 goals. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you soon. And welcome back to the second half across here at South Oval. We've got Curtin Wesley playing Kingsway Footy Club, and Curtin winning this game quite convincingly at the moment. Half-time score is 7 goals, 7-49. Kingsway Footy Club, just the 2 goals so far. A couple of other scores around the grounds at the moment. We've got West Coast and North Freo down at City Beach Oval. And probably around half-time, I would have said at the moment, it'll be West Coast leading that contest. 5 goals, 6-36. North Freo just 3 goals to 20. The other game, probably the match of the round, as we mentioned earlier, down at the Mill, Scarborough Footy Club, 5 goals, 5-35. North Beach, though, just in front, 6 goals to 38. But as we come back to this contest at the moment, we mentioned Curtin leading this game quite comfortably at the moment. Mark Winnett, what do you think we've got in store in this second half?
Well, hopefully a lot more competitive contest. As I said before the break, I think Kingsway's midfield really need to lift to enable that to happen, and let's hope they can. Let's hope the likes of Brooks and Halligan, but concerning for Kingsway was young Follett, who went off before he started in the midfield. I saw him walking off at half time. He will not be taking any further part in the game, so both sides down 1 on the bench. But again, look, Kingsway have lost one of their starting mids, which is probably something they couldn't afford to do given the situation at the moment. But obviously Big Strong needs to probably have a really strong second half. And I'd say Higgins would have the points there well and truly at the moment, but if the big fella can arrest a bit of momentum, and the likes of Holman and I said Brooks and Halligan and the wingers in Hooper can start getting some run, then Kingsway are a chance to get back in the contest. But for me, you'd think that Curtin Wesley be looking to finish the game this quarter.
As we get ready for the start of this third quarter, the umpire throws it up again. The 2 big ruckman, Higgins just knocks it forward, chases his own footy there, handball over the top by the player in Stewart. Kick inside 50, Cody Ditchburn, leading out, but well done going back with the footy was the Kingsway player there. Nylander just goes to switch it out and marked beautifully by Hooper. Probably one of those players that needs to have a bit of impact in this second half for Kingsway, just to try and get a bit more score on the board. Kicks it across. Good kick across the ground and finds the player there on the outer side in Brennan Pearce. So
a bit more fast play. Sorry, Ward. Just need that ability then to play on, and really move the contest. It's a bit of a static from Kingsway at the moment, but here's that's drawn the error now.
Oh, that terrible kick there by the Kingsway player. Mason just chops it off, kicks it back inside 50, and smart play there by Curtin and those turnovers, they cost you, don't they?
Yeah, you could see what they were trying to do. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out. And before that kick, I was trying to say they really need to be able to switch and then go. When we've seen them do that, that's when they've looked the most dangerous. But if you're going to switch and be static and standing still, then that Curtin Wesley side are going to set up that well behind the ball. It's going to make it very, very hard for you to find your way through.
So first set shot on goal now early in this second half. Curtin looking to put their first goal on the board. Costly turnover. Kicks through the ball beautifully. How's it sitting? Goes out to the left-hand side, and that is a behind. Sam Sardelik trying to get his second goal on the board, but can't. That's the first score on the board for Curtin so far. They lead this game. 7 goals, 10 now on the board. Kingsway Footy Club, just the 2 goals. So Kingsway just chipped the ball in there, marked by Daniel Whitfield. As you mentioned before, Mark, just still a bit of a slow play, just trying to work their way out of defence. Kicks it out to the outer side, finds the player in Chad Barnes. So Barnes looking for his options, going to have to come back this way. Risky kick. Ooh. How's it going to sit for him? Rhett Mason, it might sit for him. Does it indeed? No. Great tackle there by Curtin Wesley. Umpire says no free kick. I reckon a bit unlucky was the big fella there in buckets. Handball out. Cade Stewart, right place, right time. First goal on the board for the third quarter. Curtin
Yeah, again, just that pressure and that switch kick and missing the target, and big bucket that's holding the ball every day of the week there, and unfortunately it wasn't given, but Stewart was the beneficiary. And geez, hasn't he been impressive, Cade Stewart? We said earlier, as a youngster drafted to Hawthorn, I think he played 10 games at Hawthorn and came back prematurely, and he's got the class to be playing at far higher level than this. But to Curtin Wesley's, I suppose, what's the word?
Probably their fortune, isn't it?
Their fortune that he's here at his age. He's in the prime of his career with a lethal left foot, and geez, he's a very impressive player, Ward, and they want to tighten up on him, otherwise he is going to have a very big second half.
Absolutely right, and probably one of the early contenders for the Dartfish player of the day is Cade Stewart as the umpire goes and throws it up again. Another one of those contenders. Brock Higgins just knocks it forward there. Good handball off there by Rads. Hits up Leonard. Ball going forward there through that player in Sankey, but not his best kick, and finds the player in Chopper Reed. Definitely one of the better players for Kingsway so far. Finds Liam Fraser. Just goes to kick it out. Not his great kick again. Finds a player in Cade Stewart. Oh, quick hands there by Patterson. Ball going back. Liam Fraser gets it back again. That could be holding the ball. Umpire, no, he says he got rid of it correctly. And Lockie Dennis takes the ball over the line just out on that far side. So early stages of this third quarter. Curtin Uni already put one goal on the board again. Strong and Higgins in the ruck. Ball just goes off the tip there, but Higgins able to just knock it down. Good tackle there. Kingsway able to just barrel the ball forward. Who does it sit for? Sits for the player in Cody Ditchburn. Ball coming over the top there. Brennan Pearce trying to go with the ball. Tackled straight away. Ball comes out there. Players just barreling through. Good pressure on the footy. And the umpire will come in and grab it and get ready to ball it up again. Just near the middle of the ground. Both teams good pressure early on. Probably Strong might have taken that one out, but knocked out by the player again there in Cade Stewart. Free kick, but straight to Chris Leonard, who takes the advantage. Eccles just able to knock the ball out. Sits there with Ben Reid. Goes back to Eccles. Round the body there was Halligan. Up and under kick. Sean Buick. Probably haven't seen too much of him today. Ball hasn't been out on the wing too much. Barnes, clever one underneath. Buick. Well done there. Goes to Eccles. Good pressure on the footy. But the ball bouncing through. Mason. Mason just goes back with the footy there. Chip kick. Is it going to stay in? Just goes outside. And probably an uncharacteristic error there by Blaine Wilson. But Eccles with the ball. Eccles just kicks it in there. Finds Lukey Halligan. Halligan kicks it back. Finds Nylander just deep in his defence. Nylander goes to check it out again. Finds the player there in Ben Reid. Ben Reid kick up the line. Great kick there. Finds a player in Liam Fraser.
That's better ball movement by Kingsway. This is this next bit now where they need to be able to move the ball a bit faster. They can switch it out of their back half well, but then they're getting held up when they get to that sort of wing stage. And it's a bit better ball movement so far.
Ball goes inside 50 now. Can they take a mark? No one able to. Brock Higgins back there with the footy there. Curtin Uni just going to bring the ball out of defence. How will this one sit? Curtin Uni not able to pick it up. Player having a shot on goal. That could be Brennan Pearce. Does it go across the line? No. Touched over the line there by the defender for Curtin Uni. I think that was Curtin Taylor. And a first behind on the board, I think, actually, for the Kingsway Football Club. 2 goals, 1 now on the board, 13. They get their first score of the second half as Curtin Taylor just goes to bring the ball out of defence. Hasn't seen a lot of the footy today. Finds Patterson on that far side. Goes in the way of Lockie Dennis. Just balled over the top there. Does it sit for Tim Stewart? No, it doesn't. Out of bounds. And the umpire will come around probably 70 metres around from the Kingsway goal. So Kingsway just with a better passage of footy there, able to try and open the ground up. Good ball movement and a better inside 50 there to get their first shot on goal. The umpire throws in. Higgins goes to tap. Hands it off beautifully there. Finds a player in Patterson. Patterson just goes to kick the ball forward. Well done there by Whitfield. And Latch not quite able to get the ball, but James Eccles tackled. And the umpire will come in and grab the ball again.
Have you seen the contest between Corner and Reid so far, Wood?
Look, I think it's been pretty good so far. Corners end up just kicking the 1 goal and probably had the 3 shots on goal. But look, I'm probably giving it to Benny Reid, I would think, mate.
Yeah, I'd say so. You know, he's been under siege, but geez, he's been fantastic so far. We've seen what Buckets can do, but he hasn't been given a lot of space, and Reid's been playing him really tight. And you know, as have the likes of Nylander and defence for Kingsway has held up admirably so far.
So definitely an important player for the Kingsway Footy Club so far today, and it could have been a lot worse if that defensive unit hadn't stood up as Halligan goes to kick it in. Finds Liam Fraser. Starting to get a bit of ball is the young player with the flowing locks in Liam Fraser. So Fraser with the ball, probably 60 metres from his own goal. Just goes to kick it up the line there. Good mark over the top there. No, says the umpire. Touched. Sitting there with Curtin Uni. Tim Stewart just goes to ham the ball back there. Oh, good pressure by Kingsway Footy Club. Chris Leonard decides to kick it the wrong way, but goes and finds a target there. And this is where Curtin Uni start to go to work as they kick the ball across there. Good chip kick and finds a play in Brennan Gillam. So Gillen got options all over the ground. Shawnee Buick chasing the ball. Goes back to Chrissy Leonard. He works very hard, doesn't he, Chris Leonard?
He certainly does, and I think that as a side they work really hard. They're certainly working a lot harder than the opposition at this point in time.
Well done by Oliphant, and just end up getting that chop-off kick. And a good mark inside 50 there by Matty Pearce. And Matty Pearce just unselfishly chips it up. Probably one of the first times today we haven't seen Curtin Uni probably man up as well as they could have.
And I sort of an offensive ball transition there coming out of the back half, and then that turnover caught him out, obviously, and Kingsway were out, and young Jeffrey lining up for his second goal. Looks about probably 20 metres out again on a quite acute angle, but you know, he's got the wind over his shoulder. Just needs to guide this one through, young Jeffrey.
And I think we're going to back him in from here. So Anthony Jeffrey just kicks it low and slow, but straight over the umpire's head, and that's the third goal on the board for Kingsway. Their first one of the second half, and we've got 1 goal apiece. And we've got about 9 minutes in this third quarter now. Some better ball movement for Kingsway Footy Club.
Yeah, definitely. And young, Jeffrey's been their most dangerous forward so far. Small forward, but he's looked a bit slippery and got out a couple of times and had a few shots on goal and put himself in dangerous positions. Smart young forward, but yeah, again, they sweated on the turnover on that occasion, did what they needed to do. So let's hope that's the first of a couple for Kingsway here, and they can bridge the gap and bring this contest a bit closer than it is at the moment, Ward.
Absolutely right. As the umpire goes to bring the ball back to the middle of the ground. Rowan Brooks not in that midfield group at the moment.
Higgins will be looking to come out the front here without a sweeper. Be looking to hit this ball straight over strong, and then midfielders be running onto this one.
So there you go there. Good knockdown there. Straight to the Curtin Uni midfielder. Goes to kick inside 50. Well done by Bucket's corner. Might be a free kick against though. Yes, it was. He's given away that free kick to Reid. A bit unlucky, I think, as Kingsway go to bring the ball outside there. Quicker ball movement. Matt Jackson goes to Halligan. Back through the big ruckman in Strom. Ricketts goes to handball off. Good run and carry by the player there in Holdman. Goes to kick inside 50. Better ball movement from Kingsway Footy Club. Curtin Uni under pressure probably for the first time today, but well done. Coming out of defence, shrugs 2 tackles and just kicks it up the side of the ground, but straight into the hands of Kyle Halligan. Halligan goes to chip it across the ground. Eccles. Oh, well done there by that player there from Curtin Uni. Goes to follow up his own ball beautifully there. Takes a bounce. Man. Great tackle. Great tackle there by Eccles, and that is holding the ball. And look, unlucky by Cade Stewart there, I would have thought. What's the umpire going to say here?
Yeah, could have gone either way. Looked to be a little bit in the back for Stewart, but to Kingsway's credit, good tackle from behind, and turned the ball over now, just backward of centre.
Well done there by Eccles. Good follow-up. He kicked straight into the man on the mark, but his follow-up pressure was very good and gets rewarded with the free kick. So James Eccles right in the middle of the ground. Uses his left foot and just chips it up nicely. Good pressure there by the Curtin player, but good mark out on the lead by Brennan Pearce. So Brennan Pearce looks to have got up a bit sore from that one, actually. Pearce just kicks it up, goes inside 50, overcooks it a little bit. How does it sit? Oliphant can't quite get the ball there. Matt Jackson with the ball. Oh, could have been a free kick for holding the ball, and yes, it is. Great tackle there by the Curtin player. And it looks like Chris Leonard back in defence there.
And his midfielder working really hard back, Leonard, isn't he? Covers a lot of ground, and as you said before, these midfielders working both ways for Curtin Uni Wesley, and that's a mark of a good side, Ward, when your midfield want to work both ways, especially when you're 6 goals in front. Absolutely
right. But Kingsway getting another one inside 50 there. Good long kick. Has it go over the top, and Chris Leonard back there again. Hacks the ball forward. He'll grab this one there. It could be Matty Pearce, but no, the ball goes out of bounds. The umpire will throw it back in again there. Bit of even Stevens, I think, to start this third quarter. It's been a bit more of an even contest as we find ourselves about 12 and a half minutes in. I think Kingsway would be happy with the way they've responded so far, but we really want to get a couple more goals on the board. As the umpire goes to throw it back in again, Higgins knocks that one, but straight away sharked by the play in Kyle Halligan. Where's it gone? Has it gone through the middle? I think it has, and second one on the board for Kingsway Footy Club. They've kicked 2 in a row, and first goal on the board for Kyle Halligan.
Yeah, and that's what he can do. We've said that before. When he gets around the ball, he's that class, Halligan. He's proven that at waffle level with Subiaco over many years, and didn't need much space then. Off the clearance, one step, really good snap under pressure. And they need more of that from their experienced players, as we see Brooks come back on the ground now and into the midfield, the captain. And interested to see how they set up here, because I honestly think if Kingsway haven't got a sweeper in place, and Higgins is going to keep coming out the front, and that spells bad news, because he'll either follow that ball up himself, or those Curtin Wesley midfielders will be onto it quick, smart, and they'll be putting that ball inside 50. So we note again, no sweeper in place, and let's see how this contest goes out of the middle.
He's done that very well so far, as Strom and Higgins in the middle of the ground. Umpire throws it up. He just goes to knock it out the front. You're right. He just strolls out of that one onto his left foot. Probably not his best effort, but under a lot of pressure. And how does it sit for Harry Sankey? Oh, good pressure there by Hooper. Might have given away a free kick. No, just over the boundary line, and the umpire will come around and toss it in 60 metres around from the Curtin Uni goal.
Yeah, I just think the Kingsway mids have to set up better than that. You know, Higgins has been the dominant ruckman out of the centre all day today, and they're letting him have that space forward of centre. Just can't think they're letting him walk out the front like that.
But Strong wins that one out. How does it sit for Kingsway? They're not able to walk that one out of the contest, but it could be a free kick to Curtin Uni. Dennis kicks inside 50 here. How will it sit? Oh, well done. And Sardelik just using his body absolutely beautifully. And he takes a mark probably 35 metres from his goal on about a 45-degree angle. Really
strongly built forward, isn't he? Just held his position there, read the ball coming in, protected the drop space really well. It's going to be a difficult kick. We can see the wind's probably blowing right to left here, so he's going to have to aim just at that right goalpost or just inside, and hope it can drift back. But it's going to take a really good kick from about 45 metres out here on a 45-degree angle with this wind to put the ball through, Ward.
Absolutely right. Throws up the grass a couple of times to see what the wind's doing. I think you're right. He's going to have to hang it out right to start with. So Sardelik. Long run up on goal. Starts it right. Coming back left. Sensational kick, and the young fella's pumped. Second goal on the board for Sam Sardelik, and the second goal for the third quarter for Curtin Union. That was an absolute beauty, mate.
Yeah, well, he did exactly what we said he needed to do, and firstly, really smart mark, and then again, the craft of a smart forward. He read the wind really well, kicked the ball dead straight, and just drifted back a little bit to the left and straight through the middle, and that's his second again today, Sardelik, and pushing down a full forward now as corner comes up a little bit higher, you know, and it was a really smart finish from a pretty crafty forward.
Look, good even start to this, or good even third quarter so far. Both teams have had 2 goals on the board, and good to see a bit of a contest on this Saturday afternoon down here at South Oval as the umpire comes back to the middle of the ground. Let's say if Kingsway are able to structure up that a little bit better through the midfield, latch into the midfield though, so maybe they might let that one go. Strong able to just knock that one through, but almost goes through the back of the contest as well. Strong follows up his own work. Could have been holding the ball, but just able to get the ball out. Well done. Followed up there by Reece Holman. Gang tackled straight away. And the umpire says, give it back to me. So 16 and a half minutes gone in this third term. Curtin Uni still winning the contest quite comfortably as the ball's hacked forward there by Kingsway Footy Club. Umpire, I think he's found a free kick there, and he has indeed, to the player in Wade Moore. Dalt's throwed Wade Moore forward there. Just chips it over the top. Does it sit for Oliphant? No, it goes over the top. Picked up there by no one from Curtin Uni, but that'll be a free kick against Brad Oliphant. We'll go to the Curtin Uni player. No. He's given the free kick actually to him. Might have been holding there. I couldn't see it from this angle, mate.
No, I couldn't really see exactly what the kick was for. But look, he's worked hard, Oliphant. He's presented today. He's been in front a few times and been a little bit unlucky. He looks like a real workhorse. He's trying hard, and let's hope he can kick one here for his side and get a bit of reward for his efforts so far.
So it'll be his first goal for the day. Kicked 3 last week and was their leading goal scorer for Kingsway Footy Club. Starts it out left. Is it going to stay left? Oh,
pretty
bit
close.
Of celebration there from Kingsway. I think they're not sure about that decision, but the umpire signalled the one flag, and that's a behind for the Kingsway Footy Club. Look, they're still behind in this contest. Curtin Uni leading at 9 goals, 8-62. Kingsway Footy Club 4 goals, 2-26, and we've got about 17 and a half now in this third quarter. So Curtin Uni just trying to come out through the far side, kicks down the line there. Lots of bodies. Umpires spotted a free kick up the ground. And that'll go to
Blaine Wilson out there, I think it is. Ward out in that Far side of the ground.
I think it is indeed. And hear a bit of feedback from the coach in Craig White. He's definitely fired up, wanting to get a bit more out of his troops at the moment as Ditchburn takes that mark and comes out this close side now. Plays on through the middle of the ground. Just not a great kick, bit of a flower bag, but finds Ratto. Ratto just goes to play on, and this is where they'll start to open the ground up. Mason kicks it inside 50, and great kick and great lead there by James Bucket's corner.
Yeah, obviously Coach Craig White pretty animated, which is a sign of a good coach, and he's not really wanting to switch the ball. He's telling him to play skinny and get that ball through the corridor and get it in. He's not too happy with him playing around with that switch, which is a bit surprising because it opened the space up for Big Buckets to have another shot at goal.
So, yeah, James' corner. Good long kick. Stays absolutely gun barrel straight, and that's his second on the board for this contest. They've kicked in two in a row nice and quickly now, and hopefully that calms down Craig White. Obviously, he's got a style of play that he wants to see him playing at the moment, but look, they put a goal on the board, and getting the points on the board is what matters, I would have thought, Mark.
Yeah, he gave his leaders a bit of strong feedback then, and which is good. As I said, it's good to see good sides are always switched on and never comfortable with where they're at, and that's obviously exactly where Coach Craig White's at the moment. So imploring his charges to play skinny with the ball and not play around with the width and of the oval. He can sense, obviously, if they play the corridor, that they've got the options down their ward to make a real kicker score.
And interestingly, at the moment, I've noticed Rowan Brooks just now playing out of defence, and James Eccles gone up onto a wing as well. So just trying a few different things here as the umpire throws it up. Higgins in the ruck there, knocks the ball down quite easily there. Just tries to bully that player there in Matty Pearce, but Matty Pearce does pretty well. And players jump in. Chris Leonard at the bottom of that pack. Reece Holman there as well. So just on 20 minutes gone now in this third quarter. Curtin Uni winning quite convincingly there. Higgins just knocks the ball down straight into the path of Matty Pearce, and Higgins follows up with his own tackle as well. Ball goes up again. Higgins just bullies his way out of that contest. Interesting kick out of there by Curtin Uni. Good by Halligan. Good left hand there. Mason goes for the tackle. Just trying to wrestle the ball out of that contest. Holding the ball, says the umpire, and that'll go to the player in Lockie Dennis. Free kick against the Kingsway player there in Luke Halligan. So Dennis goes to kick inside 50 there. Sardelik was one of the players there, not able to get the mark. Tackled over the top there by Eccles. Ball kind of there. Brooks finding himself in an unfamiliar position. Ball handed back there. Could be a free kick. I think it is. And who's that free kick going to? I think it could be going to Mitch Brooks. So it is indeed Mitchell Brooks. Oh, risky kick. Oh, well done there. And good pressure there by Bucket's corner as he found Ben Reid. Good long kick by Ben Reid. Finds Daniel Whitfield a long way up the ground. Hands it off to Halligan. Might have been pushed after the kick there. Umpire said no. Ball going around there strong. Just sitting there forward. Does it sit for Matty Jackson? It does. Jackson. Shot on goal. And Matty Jackson. Quick transition by the Kingsway Footy Club. And he's put his second on the board there for Kingsway Footy Club. And good ball movement.
Yeah, that's their best ball movement of the day. And look, it started with a really risky switch kick again, which I've done a few times, and it just paid off. And then Reid went really quick, and they were out. And that's probably what we've been trying to talk about, that getting that play on that fast ball movement, open the ground right up, and then Jackson was able to finish nicely. So, well done by Kingsway. They keep taking that dangerous kick across the back half. But as we know, if we hit those dangerous kicks forward, it can really launch an attack from back there.
Definitely right, and that was probably a key thing around the game plan that we saw from Craig Dalton last year, is they took those kicks, and I think maybe last year they were able to pull off that a little bit more. Obviously the cattle's changed a little bit as well, which can make a lot of difference, but looks like that game plan is still very, very similar, and they're able to open sides up quite quickly there as well. As the umpire brings the ball back to the middle of the ground, Matt Pearce and Higgins. Higo just uses his body beautifully and kicks the ball inside 50. Ball holds up a little bit there. Chris Leonard now finds himself forward. Good hands out there. Not sure if it was quite the right handball. Great handball out there by Bucket's corner. Finds Brent Latch, who kicks the ball about half a metre off the ground and straight through the big sticks. And that's a real quick reply by Curtin Uni and Brent Latch.
Yeah, not what Kingsway needed after that passage of play to give a goal up inside 30 seconds. But again, Brock Higgins just taking the ball cleanly out of the middle. He's been dominant in there, and he's really starting to exert that even more. Clean possession out of the middle and put the ball inside 50 and created the scoring opportunity for Curtin Wesley. And you can't underestimate, having a player of Higgins' experience coming back to this level. I think probably a couple of hundred waffle games under his belt, and he's really starting to exert that influence. He's going to be a handful for the rest of the season at this level. Yeah,
it looks like he could be one of those players where you might actually see a big ruckman end up, possibly win the best player in the competition later on. He certainly started the season well. And he once again dominating there as he takes that one out of the ruck. Strong ends up tackling him nice and quickly. Strong follows up well as well. And good pressure by Kingsway Footy Club as we tick over to just over a minute left in this third quarter. Curtin Uni leading this game 11 goals 8, 7-4. Kingsway able to put a bit more scoreboard pressure on though. 5 goals to 31 as Strong ends up knocking that one down. Cade Stewart in there. Handballed over the top by Ratto. Could be a free kick. And Ratto will get that free kick right in the middle of the ground. Players leading for him at the moment. One of those players that's standing there, Blaine Wilson. So Wilson just goes to kick the ball forward there. Lots of feedback from the players, and that could be a free kick against the player there in Leighton Taylor. Well done to Nylander. Just held his position nicely and just saying, look, let's calm it down. We've only got about 30 seconds left. Let's not let another one get on the board. So Nylander just tries to go the far side of the ground. Not his best kick, just in front of the player in Brennan Pearce. It goes out of bounds on that far side.
So Nylander and Strong have been at the same hairdresser during the week, Ward. Got the peroxide rinse in there.
Something I was looking at doing, mate. I don't know how it'll work for me now, but always interested in a new hairstyle there as the umpire goes to throw it in now. And that is three-quarter time out here at South Oval there. Curtin Uni leading this contest, 11 goals, 8 now. Kingsway Footy Club, 5 goals, 2. Definitely a better third quarter from Kingsway Footy Club, and I think Craig Dalton will be a bit happier with it. We'll go through the goal scorers for each side. A few multiples now for Curtin Uni. We've had Cade Stewart kick 2, Lockie Dennis 2, Sam Sardelik has kicked 2. And so has Big Buckets. Corner single goal scorers in for Curtin Uni in Leighton Taylor, Brent Latch, and the big man in Brock Higgins. Kingsway Footy Club, 2 multiple goal scorers there in Anthony Jeffrey and Matty Jackson, and just the single there to Kyle Halligan. Better effort by Kingsway Footy Club in that quarter though.
It was, they unfortunately got outscored in the end, I think, of the quarter, but there's a lot better effort. That's what we wanted to see from them, and that's what they needed to do to obviously avoid this game really blowing out. But yeah, it was a stronger performance, and they started to show what they can do and see with their offensive ball movement when they get the ball on their terms. And it's again going to come down to the last 25 minutes here, but Curtin Uni Wesley had the winners across the ground most of the day, Ward, and as we look to the Dartfish player of the day, the 1 quarter to go. Cade Stewart's been dominant through the midfield, and obviously he's reaped the benefits of Higgins' work, and I think both those two for mine at the moment are probably in line to be the best player on the Oval. Any other comments from you in relation to who that could be?
No, look, I probably agree with you at the moment as well, mate. Look, those have definitely been the probably 2 key players across the ground, but look, we'll go for a quick break now. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you for the fourth quarter here out at South Oval. Curtin Uni winning this game quite comfortably at the moment. And welcome back to South Oval here. Fourth quarter of footy. Curtin Wesley winning this game quite comfortably against Kingsway. Good game of footy in that third quarter. But Curtin will be looking to try and keep that ascendancy going and see if they can put a big score on the board. What do you think we're going to get out of this last quarter, Mark?
Hopefully much the same as that last quarter with a few more goals. Love to see the game open up again this quarter and both sides have the opportunity to score. Big Strong's gone forward for Kingsway, so they're trying something a bit different in the middle, which is good. You know, they need to try something up against the likes of Higgins. So let's see what happens, Ward.
And here we go. 25 minutes left to go in this contest today. As the umpire throws the ball up there. Good tap in the ruck by the Kingsway ruckman there. Ball doesn't quite sit. Halligan at the bottom of that pack. Oh, good wrestling out of the contest there by Kingsway Footy Club, but jumped on straight away by the player in Rads for Curtin Uni there. Ball goes up again. Wade Moore in the ruck. Geez, he started the ruck quite well in this fourth quarter for Kingsway Footy Club. Leonard with the ball. Great tackle there by Halligan. Could have been holding the ball. Umpire says no. Well done by Wade Moore again in the thick of it nice and early. Brooks inside 50 and could be a free kick there, and I think it is to a player in Liam O'Connor. And we haven't really called his name at all today.
No, I had to check the team sheet before to see if he was out there, unfortunately. He's had a really quiet day, Liam. He's got some talent, so let's see what he can do here from about 45 metres out. So
once again, he'll need to start it a little bit right, I think, Liam O'Connor. He started it out left. It's going to stay that way. Might be no score. Marked on the line there, and the big fella in Brocky Higgins. Once again, one of those favourites for the Dartfish player of the day. So Higgins, not really in much of a rush to get rid of the ball, but now goes along down the line. Looking for that player at the top. Kingsway almost able to take the mark. Halligan just tried to knock the ball forward there. Moore finds himself with the ball again. A couple of possessions nice and early. Hits that player there in Hooper it was. And good snap around the body by the Kingsway player. They've got their first on the board for this quarter, and well done there by Matty Jackson. Third goal on the board, and Kingsway looking lively to start this fourth quarter.
Exactly what the game needed to see, and really good by Jackson. He looks smart. That's his third goal. Opportunist sort of half forward, but got an injury here just at half back with Curtin Wesley. Someone's down. Just trying to find out who it is, but all the players look quite concerned and surrounded by the trainer. Let's hope this is nothing serious, Ward, but it doesn't look great at this point in time.
No, a few players with hands on their head as well. And we're going to end up with a stretcher, unfortunately, which is never good news as well. And it looks like, from where I can see, it could be a bit of a knee injury, unfortunately, as well. The player holding his knee there.
I never like to see that at any time in football, let alone late in the game. But didn't really see what happened there. Just sort of scanned back after Jackson kicked the goal and saw the Curtin Wesley player out, and unfortunately the stretcher's coming on the ground, as you said, Ward, and let's wish the young fella who that is. We can't quite identify yet.
I think it could be Timmy Stewart. I've noticed Cade go over a couple of times. Yeah, we're not sure yet, but I think that's who it might be. We'll definitely confirm once we can see a jumper number there.
Pretty keen not to come off on the stretcher, so just holding the inside of his knee, it looks like. Yeah, which is never a great sign, unfortunately.
No. And yeah, it is the number 4 for the Curtin Uni side in Timmy Stewart. Look, best of luck to him as the trainers look to try and get him off the ground there. No stretcher needed. And they're trying to go just off that far side of the ground there, just to try and go the closest passage back up to the club rooms. Look, that'll be the end of the day, unfortunately, for Tim Stewart. And look, we sincerely, on behalf of the team here at Perth Footy League, wish him the best of luck.
Yeah, let's hope it's not the end of a season-ending injury or something for Tim Stewart, because his side's obviously got bigger fish to fry later in the year, but never good when you see a player go off like that. But good that he's been able to walk off and wave the stretcher away. That's to the relief of himself and no doubt the support staff.
As we have the ball back in the middle of the ground here at the moment.
Just down to 2 on the bench now too, Curtin Uni, after losing young Aranda early with what is a shoulder injury, I believe. So down to 2 on the bench.
Let's see how they run out this contest now. As the umpire has the ball back in the mound, it's Wade Moore for Kingsway Footy Club and Brock Higgins. And Higgins just wins that one over the top there, but coming out of the middle of the contest there was player in Hooper. Good to see Hooper there in the middle, but turned over straight away. Rhett Mason inside at 50 there. Good spoil by the play there for Kingsway Footy Club in Whitfield. Hooper just going back with the contest there, working very hard along the ground, and tackle over the top. Could be a free kick against Ratto. Yes, it is indeed, and Mitchell Brooks gets that free kick for the Kingsway Footy Club. Goes to turn on his left, but decides to handball instead, and Eccles goes across the ground. Risky kick. Geez, they do that a lot, but it turns out again and opens up the ground beautifully. Holdman just on this close side now. Looks for a kick inside there to the advantage of Halligan. Halligan just marks and plays on beautifully. Kicks inside, 50 strong is down there. Oh, well done there by the play in Taylor. So Curtin Taylor, cheeky kick around the body, and chips it beautifully and finds Sean Buick. So Buick up the ground there to the advantage of Chris Lennon, and great mark.
Geez, he's been good today, Leonard, hasn't he? He's worked really hard, and tall midfielder, really nice size. 50-metre penalty too here. Just been held up by the Kingsway player, I think, on that occasion. So Leonard gets the 50 metres here.
And look, he'd definitely been that voting for the Dartfish player of the day as well. Been a very, very handy player and works really hard up and down.
He's a really nice size, isn't he, for a midfielder? He's obviously got a big tank as well, the way he works. So a handful every week is Leonard.
Oh, and a kick inside 50 there, and the Kingsway player is pretty adamant he touched it, but the umpire says no, and they've paid a mark to...
Yeah, it's 50 metres again here. A bit of back chat from the Kingsway defender in Reed. I think he gave the umpire a bit of feedback. I think he thought he touched that ball, and umpire wasn't impressed and paid the 50 as we see in the rules today, and there's a goal on the board for Curtin Uni.
So it made what was probably likely to be a goal, a definite goal, and Kate Stewart's now got 3 in the game. And that's the first goal on the board for this quarter for Curtin Uni. And look, they extend their lead out to 42 points now. And look, I think we've gone probably about 4.5 minutes in this quarter so far.
It's great to see the integrated players warming up behind us, obviously coming on to play the night game after this ward. Really exciting to see those guys and girls get an opportunity to come out and play, especially under lights after the A-grade game with a good crowd here on the hill watching. All the women's players from Curtin Uni, Wesley here celebrating after their game today. So it's a really good crowd here, and it's great to see.
Yeah, really good club feel at the moment as we've gone probably still 20 minutes left to go in this contest now. Curtin Uni winning it quite comfortably, and look, the club looks like it'll have a good celebration tonight as the umpire throws the ball up. Wade Moore probably won that one again as Higgins sits there and follows up, and great tackle there by Reece Holdman, and the umpire will come in and throw it up again.
Got a really good spring on him, young Moore, hasn't he?
I think he's caught Higgins a little bit by surprise there as well. Well done by Higgins, just uses his body well, but good clearing kick there by Holdman, goes forward. Matty Jackson not quite able to do it. Follows up beautifully there. Curtin Uni, good quick handball out there. Well done by Mason. Mason gets it across to Preedy, who just goes the nice chip kick across and finds the play there in Blaine Wilson. So Wilson assesses his options, just a chip kick up there, and finds Lockie Dennis. Dennis goes across to his left foot, just goes over the top there. Hooper will sit there and go back with the contest, but actually sits for the Curtin play there. Good tackle there by Kingsway Footy Club. Followed up again by Curtin Uni, and the umpire will come in and grab the ball. No free kicks there. Good to see him just letting the game flow.
Absolutely.
As the umpire holds the ball aloft there. We've got Latch in the ruck this time. Latch probably knocks that one down. Knocked forward by Curtin Uni. Quick kick forward, and well done to Bucket's corner. Just using his body and size very well, and takes a mark inside 50 and will go back for what could be his third goal of the game.
Yeah, like all good forwards, set up in front. Quick come in, and he was in front, able to take that mark obviously on Reed. And any smart forward worth their pinch of salt's always in front. And those quick kicks come in, Ward, and gives an opportunity now to go back and kick his third, which would be a pretty good day for Buckets, given it's been a pretty good contest so far.
So James Corner, distance definitely won't be an issue. Stabs through it, nice and cleanly. And that's a third on the board for James Corner. As we said, it's been a really good contest so far. But look, Corner probably kicking those 3 goals. You'd probably say it's even Stevens now, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you probably would. Maybe Corner just maybe have his nose in front. But, for young Reid, he's been excellent today. He'd would not want Corner to get a couple more late ones here in this last quarter, because it wouldn't really do justice to what's been a pretty strong contest all day. But... sort of still plenty of time left in this game, 17 minutes to go, and really important that Kingsway continue to hold up. They've been a lot better since half-time. Their work rate across the board's improved, and really important they run this game out strongly.
So as Mark mentioned, about 17 minutes to go in this contest now. 50-point lead to Curtin Wesley, and look, that's probably been an accurate kind of feel of the game. Now Strong back into the ruck and ends up winning that one for Kingsway Footy Club, but ball knocked forward there. Higgins, good quick hands there. Well done by that player there in Brennan Gillum. And that's 2 on the board within 2 minutes, and first on the board for Brennan Gillum. And excellent transition out of the middle of the ground, and really shows how quickly Curtin Wesley can put the screws on. Yeah,
and geez, what a great pick up by Latch. A big man at nearly 200 centimetres just picked that ball up clean and dished it off to Gillum, and the halfback flanker got an opportunity to kick a goal, and he was pretty excited by that, as all defenders are when they see the goals in sight, Ward. And this is the danger time now for Kingsway, because if they don't start their game here, and Curtin Uni Wesley could pile on 5 or 6, and that wouldn't be what Kingsway are wanting at this late stage of the game.
No, look, they fought back really well after half-time. Early on, I think we probably thought it could be about a 10-goal victory. And look, the way Kingsway were playing, I think they've done really well so far. As the umpire throws the ball back up aloft there, Strong ended up winning it. Holdman that's Hooper with his head over the ball there. Good tackle there by the Kingsway player as Curtin end up with the ball. And the umpire will come in and throw it up. Lots of bodies around that footy at the moment. It's starting to get a bit cold as well now as the sun starts to come down. I wonder if the lights will come on soon. No one able to knock that tap out of the ruck, but Strong able to just hack it forward there. Doesn't sit for the Kingsway player, but did really well for Blaine Wilson, who just went the really good hands back. Brennan Gillum, who took that last goal, handballs off and gets the ball back. Drops the ball there, picks up a handball again, and Kingsway able to get the ball there through that player in Halligan. Has it spoiled by Leonard. Goes to kick inside 50. No mark taken there by Sam Sardelik. Snapped around the body though this time. And a good spoil over the top there by Daniel Whitfield. Another behind for Curtin Uni. Just continuing to add on that scoreboard pressure.
Yeah, they certainly are. And kicking that wind's picked up a little bit too to the left of screen. I think the end that Curtin Uni Wesley are kicking. So it's going to be even harder for Kingsway to sort of move that ball out of there and get it up to the end to score.
And Mitch Brooks goes to bring the ball out and taken the mark there by Taylor it was, but no mark taken. It has been now as he kicks it inside 50, and Brent Latch using that large frame to take that mark, and this should be a bit of a gimme from here, Mark.
Yes, it should be. It's that old saying, the big men don't get any shorter as the game gets longer, Ward, and Latch and Higgins and Corner and these guys that have been strong all day are now starting to really put their ascendancy on the contest. And what a sort of embarrassment of riches Coach Craig White's got to have that sort of quality of tall players available to him.
And Brent Latch goes in, strolls through, and that's his second for the game so far. And most importantly, Curtin Uni really starting to put the screws on now. Probably kicked 3 goals in the last 5 minutes, and the game's really starting to open up from them now. They're leading this game now by 62 points. And look, we've still got about probably 14 minutes left in this contest now. I wonder what the margin will end up like now, Mark.
Well, it's looking quite ominous. As we predicted before, this could happen. Certainly wouldn't want this to continue on this trend it is at the moment, Kingsway, because they're scoring without any real pressure on the ball carrier at the moment, Curtin Uni Wesley, and another 4 or 5 goals, and all of a sudden it blows out to 14 or 15 goals, and that's not really full credit to Kingsway, because their effort's been quite good today. They've just probably struggled to have enough contributors to really win their positions overall.
Definitely right, as the umpire throws the ball back up in the middle of the round. Strong knock out of there by Tim Strong, but the ball went straight to Stewart. It could have been a free kick there to the Kingsway Footy Club. Was advantage paid? No, it's not. It was a good tackle there by Kyle Halligan on young Rado from Curtin Uni. So Kyle Halligan with the ball in the middle of the ground. Just chips it up nicely to the lead of Moore. Great spoil over the top by the play there in Sammy Dennis. Curtin Uni just trying to knock the ball forward there. Strong goes in with tackle and holding the ball. And Curtin Uni team not too happy about that. Bit of feel in the middle of the ground. We've got a play there in Holdman and Brennan Gillum just having a bit of a how do you do.
Bit of frustration starting to creep in. It could be a card coming here. The umpires come running in from the other end of the ground, and it looks like there'll be a card here to Holman, I think, number 13 for Kingsway.
I think you're right there.
Was he just having a discussion with him at the moment? Seems to be a bit of remonstrating going on, but
yeah, players aren't happy with something.
Yeah, there's a card here.
Now I think you're right. That could be Reece Holdman coming off the ground at the moment.
Yeah, yellow card for Holdman.
So it'll be a free kick to the Curtin Wesley Football Club.
Bit of frustration just balling over there, unfortunately, for Holdman. He's played through the midfield most of today and just went back and got a little bit agitated there with young Stewart, who no doubt's had the better of that contest.
You're absolutely right. Once again, another favourite for the Dartfish player of the day at the moment as Stewart goes to kick long to a contest there. The big men fly. Higgins was one of those players. Kingsway able to pick up the ball. Chrissy landed with the ball. Could have been dumped, but I think it's just gone over the line and the umpire will roll around for another boundary throw-in 70 metres around from the Curtin Uni goal.
It's getting quite dark here, Ward. Be nice if they flick those lights on, I think. Still got 10, 11 minutes to go.
And a game of integrated afterwards as well, I would have thought.
Absolutely.
There's a good pick up there by the player in Latch. Just hacks it forward there. Leighton Taylor can't quite take the mark. Handballed out by the Kingsway player. One of those players was Hooper. Ball coming across at the middle of the ground. Halligan just goes to switch it nicely. Finds the player there in Liam Fraser. Was very good in the third quarter. A bit quiet since then. A great spoil there by Sammy Dennis. Able to spoil it through there. Good handball. Went to the player in Patterson who receives it back again. Goes and kicks inside 50 to the lead of corner. Good spoil over the top. I think it was by Ben Reid. Kingsway at the bottom of that pack though, and Curtin Uni just able to try and spoil ball. How will it sit there for Sardelik? Umpire says give it back to me, and it looks like we could have a play there in Harry Sankey. Might have just popped a shoulder out, I think, Mark.
Yeah, it looks that way, and young Cole Halligan just came off too for Kingsway. A bit worse to wear out of that contest, and looks like Luke Halligan as well in the hands of the trainers, so he's coming off too. So I'll be struggling to have an interchange bench left, I think, Kingsway at this stage, and we know Curtin Uni Wesley are down to 2 on the bench, potentially 1 now with Sankey coming off then.
So 10 minutes left to go for both teams, possibly with no interchanges. This is the time where you might go into a bit of self-preservation mode, I would have thought. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Not ideal, but both sides are committed to the contest all day. That's one thing they haven't shirked, which has been good to see.
Absolutely right. As Brooks takes a mark and Cole Halligan takes a mark there. He's still on the ground there and looking all right as he goes and chips that ball there into the middle of the ground, finds Matty Jackson. So Jackson just goes and chips it inside 50. Oliphant, makes a good contest there, but well done by that player from Curtin Uni. Dragged the ball in, then I reckon Lockie Ricketts probably gets away with one, Mark.
Yeah, really strong lead too from Oliphant. He leads straight at the foot, doesn't he? He runs in straight lines, just wasn't able to mark the footy. But, young forward with a bit of talent, been good to see.
Good knockout there by Strong. Finds the player in Rowan Brooks. Probably hasn't had the influence on the contest that he normally would there. As a hat kick forward from Curtin Uni. One of the players with the ball now is Nylander. Nylander just trying to bring the ball close to the boundary line. Goes to try and keep it in, but pressured over the line by the play in Sam Sardelik.
Just in with Brooks, he's sort of playing sort of mid and half back, and we used to know him as a really smart forward back in the day, and young boy coming through the Colts system and played for State 18s for Western Australia and then some league football at East Perth and Perth, mainly as a forward. So beautiful kick as we've stated before. Maybe a little bit wasted across half-back, Ward. Yeah,
look, I think so as well. A lot of the time I've probably noticed him at the Perth Footy League has really been as that inside midfielder, and he really is able to bullock his way through like Higgins has tried to do then. Good tackle there by Moore. Probably could have been holding the ball actually, and the umpire has found a free kick there, and I think it's going to go to Lockie Dennis. So He's called that free kick on Lukey Halligan. The two Halligan boys, they do get themselves knocked around a bit, but they tough it out and definitely stay on the field as Dennis just goes and chips it up. Long, deep kick there. Who will it get to? Oh, good mark over the top. I think that could be Leighton Taylor who has take that one. And great mark by Leighton Taylor deep in the forward pocket for the Curtin Uni Football Club.
Yeah, it was a really good grab, and he's one of those really sort of utility sizes, isn't he, Taylor? Probably 6'2", 6'3", athletic build. They seem to have them all across the ground. Curtin Uni Wesley.
So Leighton Taylor, bit of a tougher angle for him. Distance will be absolutely no problems at all. He's already kicked one for the day. And he's now kicked two for the day as well. And Curtin Uni, look, they extend their lead out. Comfortable lead now for them. About 7.5 minutes left in this contest, and while they're still pouring on the goals now, look, the sting's probably gone out of the game now, hasn't it? It's really could be one of those ones where you'd almost blow the siren, I think, at the moment. But yeah, look, Curtin Uni still trying to get a bit of percentage and keep those goals coming through. Kingsway Footy Club just probably fighting a bit more for a bit more respectability on the scoreboard.
Absolutely. 100% right, Ward. I think most of the players be looking for the change rooms right about now, and just saw young Sankey getting looked over by the physio, probably from a group and elite physiotherapy, sponsors of the Curtin Uni Wesley Club. We probably should give them a shout out. Their major sponsor in Phoenix Insurance, Ward, and their platinum sponsors in Shakespeare Partners, Phillips Transport Technology, and Bellport Property Group. Are really important that grassroots football have sponsors like that.
Absolutely right, and those sponsors keep this game going as Curtin Uni go to take the ball out of the bound. Rads kicks it inside 50, doesn't quite get there. The last goal scorer in Leighton Taylor. Good pressure by him as well. And the umpire will come in and grab that one back. Just over 6 minutes left to go in this contest. Curtin Uni, they've ended up over the 100 points mark now, as the ball that's knocked forward there by Wade Moore. Been an interesting addition into the ruck, and has done really well in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, he has, and something they can probably look to a bit of a positive out of today, I think, as that sort of backup mobile ruckman, and young guy, but got a very good leap and some good versatility, and on some of those bigger grounds, Wardy might be able to have a bit of an impact going in as that second ruckman.
Yeah, look, I think you're right, and the free kick here now right in front to Sam Sardelik. Or it could have been a mark. I thought there might have been a bit of feedback from a Kingsway player there, but Sardelik looks like he'll go through and kick his third goal now. And just taking a bit of time off the clock. And Sardelik kicks it up under. Hopefully it just misses my car as it goes into the car park. And that's the third on the board for Sam Sardelik. They sit there. They put their 17th goal on the board now, and they sit there on 111 points. Kingsway Footy Club 6 goals to 38, and we've gone almost 20 minutes now in this fourth quarter, and it really has blown out to start to get a bit ugly.
Yeah, it has, and there's no doubt that Curtin Uni Wesley are going to be premiership contenders this year, and unfortunately it would seem Kingsway will be probably 0-4, well, they will be 0-4 after today, and it's going to be a long road back from there for the rest of the season, but let's hope they can continue to improve as the year goes on and get back to some of their best form. But first look for myself today at Curtin Uni Wesley, and they've got winners all over the ground and senior experienced players, and this Perth Football League A grade competition is going to be very strongly contested this year, and they're going to be one of those sides, Ward, you think are going to be right there when the whips are cracking.
Look, absolutely right. And just to check a couple of the other scores around the grounds at the moment, we had West Coast versus North Freo, and I dare say probably a similar running time to us as well. And look, West Coast winning that contest, 11 goals, 8, 74. North Freo, 8 goals, 7. And West Coast, look, they're going to find themselves 3-1 after coming up as the B-grade premiers this year. And look, probably a bit of a surprise for me, I have to admit there, Mark.
Yeah, absolutely. They don't probably have the some of the experience that some of the other sides have got, but they've obviously got a pretty young side that are playing for each other, so it's exciting to see the premiers come up and do well early stages.
Yeah, look, definitely right, and they've done pretty well. We had the pleasure of calling them last week, and Tom Ledger running through the midfield group there for West Coast at the moment. Sam Bevan, good player there for West Coast Footy Club. There's a bit of feeling in the contest now,
it's getting
mate.
a bit untidy down there when the Kingsway defender gave the Curtin Uni player a bit of a shove, and looks like there'll be another card here. Was off the ball and seemed to push his head down into the dirt, bit frustrated, which is disappointing with 3 minutes to go that you let yourself go like that. They've been disciplined all day, Kingsway, and a bit disappointing that it looks like it's going to be a red card for this player.
Yeah, young
Oliphant,
yeah, going to be coming off the ground today. So he's presented pretty well at the footy most of the day, and probably hasn't had the rewards he would have liked as well. And
both players coming.
Yeah, looks like both players are going to be coming off the ground here.
Sam.
Yeah.
Samuel Dennis as well, is it? Yes, it is. Dennis and Oliphant. Both yellow cards, it looks like. So.
Yeah, as both those players come off the ground, about 2.5 minutes to go left in this contest. Look, the other game around the grounds today was the game out of the Mill, Scarborough Footy Club there, who I thought probably one of the other premiership favourites as well. But looks like North Beach are going to win that one quite convincingly in the end. And I got you there, Cam Robbins. I reckon I'll pick that one, mate. So North Beach leading that contest at the moment, 15 goals, 7.97. Scarborough 7 goals, 11.53. So it'll be a pretty convincing win for North Beach down at the Mill, and look, both teams all sit there 3-1 as well. But look, back to here with the only, I think, one of the only undefeated sides now in the competition. Curtin Uni there, they actually will be the only undefeated team after this contest today, and they're going to win this one quite comfortably now. Leading this contest 17-9, 111. To Kingsway Footy Club, 6 goals to 38. And look, Mark, we probably get to that time of the day where we start to try and work out who our Dartfish player of the day. Look, for me, I think we probably mentioned there's been 3 key players. I think, the big ruckman in Brocky Higgins, he's been pretty influential most of the day as well. Cade Stewart been very, very good through the middle again. Lots of clearance work, and he's also kicked 3 goals as well now. And Chrissy Leonard, he's just been absolutely everywhere as well. But look, I might leave it to you once the game goes to maybe jump out into the middle of the field and go and find that player. We might not even get your pick yet as well, mate. We'll let it be a bit of a surprise for the listeners out there as well, as Curtin Uni go to try and push the ball forward and get that one last goal in. Well done there by Brent Lash. Great tackle there by the Kingsway Footy Club as we tick down to just under a minute left now in this contest. Kingsway Footy Club still putting some good pressure on and end up with that free kick now as well. It's a 50-metre penalty to Kingsway Footy Club. As we mentioned, not much time left now in this contest. Been a tough day for Kingsway Footy Club and a big win for the team across at Curtin University. So plays on, and just a good chip kick there. Wasn't quite able to hit the contest there. Big shuffle kick inside, 50 by Brooks. A big barrel actually, but cut off there by the Curtin Uni player, who just says, look, let's calm it down now. Not much time left to go. Let's not let another one through. Umpire says play on, but there's no need there. Curtin Uni have won this game quite convincingly in the end. They lead this contest and win this contest. 17 goals, 9, 111. They've beaten Kingsway Footy Club 6 goals to 38. And look, only the 1 goal scorer there in this last quarter there for Kingsway Footy Club, as Mark Winnett starts to make his way out to the middle of the ground. And I think he might have the Dartfish player.
Here with the Dartfish player of the day in Cade Stewart. 3 goals, Cade. Left footer, dominated all day. 4-0. What do you think of that, mate?
Oh yeah, it's always nice to hit the scoreboard, but the pressure around the contest was really good right from the start, I thought. So to keep that going through the game and to finish off with the score we did, it's really good.
And you look to really be enjoying your footy at Curtin Wesley Uni after playing at South for a man, a bit of time at Hawthorn, and then I think been up at Great Southern, back home at Katanning. Is that right?
Yeah, I've sort of been a bit everywhere really. I just can't. But no, it's good. It's good. I've got my brother here, which his game didn't go too well in the end, so I feel for him. But just the boys down here have been really welcoming. So yeah, hopefully we can carry that on through the year.
Good luck to you, brother, mate, and all the best the rest of the season. Well done, Cade.
Thank you.
And thanks to Mark Winnett there for running out to the ground. And the Dartfish player of the day was a player there in cage, Stewart, and did sound a little bit deflated there. And look, best wishes to Tim Stewart and the Stewart family. And look, they hope the injury isn't look as bad as it may be. But look, convincing win for Curtin Uni Football Club. Craig White will be pretty happy with that result again in the end, as we mentioned before. Look, they'll go into round 5 as the only undefeated team in that competition. Look, we'll cover off on the goal scorers now. As we mentioned, Cade Stewart ended up kicking 3, as did Sam Sardelik and James Corner. 2 goals there for Lockie Dennis, Leighton Taylor and Brent Latch. The single goal scorers there. Just the one in the end, actually, to the big ruckman in Brock Higgins. Also the backman in Brennan Gillum there as well. Look, he had a single goal. Goal scorers for Kingsway Footy Club, Matty Jackson did well. He ended up kicking 3 goals for Kingsway Footy Club. Anthony Jeffrey looked to be a lively forward all day for them. Kicked 2, and Kyle Halligan just the 1 goal for Kingsway Footy Club. But look, it's been a really good game down here at Curtin Uni. They'll sit there and they'll be pretty happy with the results they put on the board. It's starting to get a bit cold. It's starting to get a bit dark. We hope you enjoyed the program today, and we hope you enjoyed this round 4 contest down at South Oval. Look, thank you again for joining us. Thank you to our team again for the production, and as we sit there and watch the integrated boys start to run out on the ground now. Best of luck to them. Look, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy watching your footy, and we hope to see you back next week. We're not sure which game we're covering yet as well, but look, we hope to have you back and join us next week. Thanks to Mark for jumping in this week. Thanks to Haley as well. Best of luck. Enjoy your weekend wherever you are, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.